And a very good evening, good morning, and welcome to our late night broadcast. But let's enjoy this music a little bit while we get it set.
Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà àti gbogbo aláàtò tí ó wà ní ìdí gbígbé àṣà àti ìṣe ọmọkóòtù òjìrèbí lárugẹ. Ní pàápàá jùlọ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí à ń rí àti ní abẹ́lẹ̀ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Odùduwà ìyẹn Odùduwà Republic lè dúró. Ẹ ṣeun gan ni ọlọ́dún tó mọ àrè á dì yín mú. Àwọn alálẹ̀ á kí yín lẹ́yìn. Olódùmarè á gbé gbogbo àṣẹ tèdùmarè. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbígbé orílẹ̀-èdè Odùduwà kalẹ̀. Orílẹ̀-èdè Odùduwà ní ìrètí tí a ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìran Yorùbá.
Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káalẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. One thing about the media is when you say something just as a country I lived for over 2 decades, you say it, and it becomes sorted. I've just come across what Garba Shehu have said on channels television, and my job as a media personnel is to also respond back to the federal government or the presidency or the spokesman for the president known as Garba Shehu. This evening, we will make it clear again and again that we are fighting for the self-determination of the Yoruba people out of Nigeria. I will play after the anthem what Garba Shehu said. It's about 9 minutes. Gbogbo tó sọ pátápátá a máa play. Tá bá wá play tán, àwa response sí ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan nínú in tó sọ. Nítorí pé in tó sọ ó fi ń kàn wá ní àbùkù gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire. Iṣẹ́ tàwa dẹ̀ ni pé tá bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, in as much as I'm tired, it is also my responsibility, determination of the Yoruba people to respond quickly so that it doesn't go through the next day, so that they can understand that we are not joking. So that is what we're going to be doing tonight. I will also have you to speak at the right time, but let me first analyze the video properly. Maybe some of you have seen the video. Maybe some of you have not seen it, but you will all be able to hear the video clearly. Bear with my voice tonight. I was almost going to bed when I saw that video, but like I said, I will respond back to Abuja. A sọ fún wọn pé ọmọkọ ni wá, a kì í ṣọmọ àlè. They've used the word secession. Like Mohammed have used it. This time around, we saw Ruben Abati use the same word. You can now see the correlation between them. Ruben Abati used it, Lai Mohammed used it, and Garba Shehu is using the same word. But what they do not want to understand is, we are not fighting to keep Nigeria. We are fighting to leave Nigeria for them. If they want to keep Nigeria, so be it for them. So be it, because we are not interested in the contraction. But let us respect our anthem. It's exactly 6 minutes past midnight in the Yoruba land, Wednesday, the 21st of April, 2021. The best thing you can do is to alert the next person to know that we are live. Let's go straight and play the anthem. Once again, a very good morning, good night, good evening, depending on what part of the world we are. We are not scared of the federal government, but the federal government must understand that the Yorubas of yesterday is not the Yorubas of today. Let's play the anthem. Iṣẹ́ wa fún ẹwà forílẹ̀-èdè wa kàgbéga 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 fàlérí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làgbọ́ mọ́. Kashishe, kashishe, kashishe kajola. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni tí ó láyé tó ní ọ̀run, ẹni tí àwa máa bẹ̀rù nítorí pé a ní bẹ̀rù ọmọ ẹ̀dá ènìyàn. A dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run tí ó fún wa ní làákàyè láti lè jẹ́ ká tètè mọ̀ pé a ti wà nínú wàhálà, àfi ká yá jáde kúrò nínú wàhálà yẹn ká lè rí ọ̀nà kọjá. Àmọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n rò pé àwọn làwọn ni born to rule, àwọn làwọn ní Nàìjíríà, àwa fi máa yé wọn ní gbogbo gbà pé ọmọlúàbí tiwa kò kí ń ṣe òmùgọ̀, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ọ̀dẹ̀. Nítorí pé tó bá rò pé àwọn nìkan làwọn mọ̀rọ̀ sọ, a máa jẹ́ kó yé wọn pé àwa náà mọ̀ tú. What you're about to listen to was posted on the channel's television Facebook just about an hour precisely. And the headline is what I've also used on our broadcast this evening, or this morning rather. Buhari cannot be bullied by calls for secession, Garba Shehu. Let us first say to the world that we as Yoruba people, we are fighting for one thing: self-determination. That is what we are fighting for. But the word secession has been used for some time. One lo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, mo rí yín bẹ́ẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀yin sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. But ká má bàa gba àsìkò púpọ̀, a gbọ́dọ̀ rí àwọn tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ ká má fún wọn ní recognition bàbá tí ń rí wọn. Mo rí yín bẹ́ẹ̀, Evangelist Israel Ọlá Ọ̀dẹ́nìyí tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Bàbá Èkìtì. Àsìkò tí kò sórun fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire, àwa máa wá respond padà sí ìjọba federal government based on this audio or video that I'm going to play now. But before I play that, let us find out, what do we understand by the word secession? Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Nítorí pé tá a bá mọ meaning ẹ̀, a lè má mọ bóyá in tó ń sọ yẹn gan ṣé n tó ń bá wa wí ni kí ló dé tó ṣe ń sọ ṣé secession là ń sọ pé a fẹ́ ni àbí a fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìlú amúnisìn. So what I'm going to do now, I've gone on Google to find out the definition of what it means and what does it mean for a layman. Because when the spokesman of the federal government, Garba Shehu, used the same word, just like the two previous individuals that I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast. Let's go back and read this. In the context of United States, secession primarily refers to voluntary withdrawal of one or more states from the union. In the context of the United States, secession primarily refers to voluntary withdrawal of one or more states from the union that constitute the United States, but may loosely refer to leaving a state or territory from a separate territory or a new state. So now, our fẹ́ jáde kúrò nínú Nigeria because Nigeria was created on our behalf. Our color created. It was created by Great Britain. And as Yoruba people, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ aládé, ọmọ adúláwọ̀, àwa ní right láti sọ pé fẹ́ ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ìlú yìí mọ́. And that means self-determination. But let's hear this. Ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ gbọ́ èlé náà.
If there is one election outcome we can be sure of, it's that someone will want to secede. Whether it was over slavery, the first black president, or the worst white president, it turns out the only thing more American than apple pie is the desire to divide that pie into smaller, warring slices of pie. I'm Francesca Fiorentini, and in this episode of Newsbrook, we're talking about the bizarre and bloody history of secessionist movements in the U.S., who's behind some of them, and if secession has any real chance of success. Before I go on, subscribe to AJ Plus and make sure you turn on your notifications. Whether Joe Biden or Donald Trump wins the presidency, Americans on both sides of the political spectrum have levied threats. If Trump wins, Biden voter Bruce Springsteen is vowing to move to Australia. And if Biden wins,
total messed up. So just bear with me. It's a messed up country. When the world is moving and they guess that we will stay with them. We're going to start the broadcast on Koiki Media back because we lost the first part of it. But that's fine. We've turned on the other backup network. Okay, we're back on Koiki Media, and I guess we're back on all the other platforms as well. Nothing is working. Nothing. If you are being deceived by any of the governors, your politicians, they are all barawo. Oli buruku paraku ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá kò ní dá fún gbogbo wọn. Gbogbo wọn látòkè délẹ̀. I don't give a toss. Gbogbo wọn pátápátá olórí buruku ayé àtọ̀run ni gbogbo wọn. A country where you have money, you suffer. Kàmá ìtẹ̀tí wà sọ ẹni tí kò lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀yin gbà tẹ́ni tó lówó lọ́wọ́ tó ń suffer. So ẹni tó ní ó máa jẹ yàkú ni. Ẹni tó ní ó máa jẹ yàkú ni. But kàkàkà jẹ́ kó jẹ yàkú, we will defend and stand for what belongs to us. Even if we have to go through the difficult stage of it. But that's about that. So 19 minutes past 12 and 21st of April 2021. Let's see. Okay, let me change. You know, you pay for the service, you don't get it because it is just not there. Shit, oh God.
This president. And
Remember yesterday that the governor, the 419 governor of Castina, said something that we should thank God that we have somebody like Buhari. Eroti, if you followed the news yesterday, that the governor was telling Nigerians to give praises that you have somebody like Buhari that have tolerated so much because the whole agenda has not been completed. So now I'm going to play that video of what was released by Garba Shehu on the 419 media pretending to represent Nigerians.
The secretary has said a bit of that. Is that you can't intimidate Buhari. You can't bully him. A lot of these people who are calling for secessions, they're the problem of this country. And I'm happy that reasonable opinion is now reasonable voices are now rising. Is it not only yesterday we were reading Afenifere saying we're not the most credible faction of Afenifere. We are not for secession. Or Haneze Indigo has said this over and over again. So this thing about secession is, they had used it in the past. You cry secession and break off of Nigeria, and then you intimidate the city leader. And then he opens the vote and he brings money to settle people. President Buhari will pay no one. He's not going to pay. And now it is clear that having ignored all of that, reasonable opinions are coming from those states and from those regions. The governors in the southwest, we have all had them. They have denounced all of these things. So it's a sham. Nigerians want to be one, they want to continue. Yes, there are problems, and we are hoping that as people united and loving of one another, we'll come together and solve our own problems. And that leads me to the next question, which is no, it's still part of his earlier question, whether there should be national conference. What national conference do you want more than in parliament? Any Democrat, anyone who is a Democrat in heart, in his heart, in her heart, in practice, in their beliefs, they should believe in the tripartite structure of governments that are democratic. There must be a parliament, executive arm of the government, and the judiciary, each one being independent and cooperating with the other. We have an elected parliament which mandate is to be the custodian of the sovereignty of the Nigerian people. Look, a lot of these people who are crying for this secession, they are unelectable. If you think you are electable, go around for a parliamentary seat, whether House of Reps or Senate, and come and table an amendment for the Constitution. The process is ongoing as we speak now. Under DSP, the Deputy Senate President, they are calling for memorandum. Why can't you present what you want? So the issue is that people who are not Democrats want a parallel parliament to be set up. And this Constitution does not recognize two parliaments in this country. We have one parliament that is sovereign, that is the custodian of the sovereignty of the Nigerian people. And believe then in periodic elections. If your member representing you has failed to present this request that you want, for whether it is a change of structure at state, local government, or national level, pull him out. 4 years after, don't vote for him. Put another rep who will do what you want. This is how democracy works, periodic elections. Now, this thing about security, that no day passes without media reporting killings. And it is tragic. Nobody is happy that deaths are being recorded. But the point I want to make is that it is in human nature. We don't know any country in the world today that is crime-free. I was going to, when the question was being raised, I was going to my WhatsApp messaging. An interesting conversation recently was around the publication of a new Nigerian newspaper. Tuesday, November 16, 1966. And on the front page of this newspaper, there's a story saying Midwest police rescue 10 kidnapped men, 1966 in November. If you open the press today, and some people are reporting kidnapping, you will think that this is a first-time crime in the country. There's no, I'm not saying it is welcome. Please, I shouldn't be misunderstood. Even in the United States of America, I said 2 days ago, people were shot and killed. 8 of them for no reason. So we have problems with infiltration by unauthorized weapons. This is why President Buhari ordered that anyone caught with AK-47 that is not a law enforcement agent, is not authorized, that person should be shot if they don't surrender that weapon. We know where it is all coming. I'm not going into the history, all of the things that are happening in the Sahel and Libya, uncontrolled and ungoverned spaces around us, and the terrorists being recruited from our own people and the people from far and distant places, including those that were displaced in Iraq and Syria and Libya. So it's a big challenge. Let us cooperate with law enforcement in the country and to curtail these things. And a lot of the times, and I've said this a number of places, we also have bad eggs in our own communities who reveal the secrets of our military. They had this one in Katsina, and I've said it before. A tea seller near the airport, when they moved the aircraft to Katsina airport to operate against bandits in Zamfara state. This man that sold tea near the airport, the sponsors of bandits hired him, built a house for him, bought him a car, golf car, and gave him money to do bigger tea business. Each time an aircraft took off from Katsina airport to go and operate in Zamfara, he will call them on phone and say they are coming. By the time they get there, the targets have disappeared. So there are bad people in our communities. What are we doing as citizens to rid ourselves of informants? Because the military people, they are as human as we are. They have blood running in their veins. So Nigerians will sleep with their 2 eyes open and give a chance to the ongoing exercises that are going on in the country. And the thing about law enforcement, and it's like journalism also. Every day you do good story, you don't hear anything. The day you publish a bad story, MD, everybody, editor is looking for your head. That's the way it happens. So our law enforcement is just, you can see steadily, I think that we are beginning to, I'm not saying that it is time to record.
I'm going to pause it for a while. And I hope you have been able to take note of so many points that was raised. I'm going to use the video to go back again for the conversation tonight. Few things he said. He said something that the governors were asked. Pé wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìjọba wa, àwọn tó jẹ́ gómìnà wa, pé ǹjẹ́ iná ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ secession, ǹjẹ́ ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ pín nínú Nàìjíríà, gbogbo wọn ní no, àwọn ò sí níbẹ̀. So now we know that none of the governors is supporting the Yoruba self-determination, but the governors does not own the Yoruba land. What the governor forgot to understand is we are still going through what we call an engagement between us and them as people. But it might get to a stage during the journey that the engagement between us and the government in the state will fail. And the moment that fails, it goes into a different stage entirely. Because Akbar governor Nile Ka, and that is when the governor will request the 419 and the fraudulent Fulani Hausa Caliphate to roll out the tank on us. That I want us to remember. He talked about in tíyàwó MKO Abiola sọ nínú fídíò tí a play tẹ́ bá rántí ní ọwọ́ ọ̀sán yìí tó ní nígbà táwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ struggle yẹn nígbà yẹn àwọn kan náà ti gbowó but nígbà tó gbowó wọ́n ní ìjọrí a ní family la ṣe gbowó for whatever reason làwọn ṣe gbowó. He is also referencing pé lára àwọn kan tí a jọ ń ṣe àjàǹgbara pé a fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà yìí nítorí pé à ń wá owó. So tó bá ti wá di pé wọ́n pín owó fún wa àwa ṣẹ́nu mọ́ àní sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ òun wá fi yé wa pé ànírówó gbà o nítorí pé Buhari kò rẹ́dì láti sanwó fún yàn kankan. Èmi wá ń bi wọ́n mò ń bi Garba Shehu pé ta nínú wa ló ń sọ fún pé òun fẹ́ gbowó nítorí pé ìntagbédání ìntí gbogbo wa fẹ́ parí ni. Ó ní tá à ń gbé dání ó ní scam ni pé torí pé constitution wà nílẹ̀ constitution tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n dá constitution yẹn sílẹ̀ tẹ́ bá lọ gbọ́n tíyàwó MKO Abiola sọ nínú fídíò tá play lọ́sàn-án yìí ó fi yé wa pé a bá ṣe election more than 300 times nílùú yìí constitution ni ò lè jẹ́ kí adébítà ń lọ nítorí pé wọ́n pín ilẹ̀ north fún more states than ilẹ̀ south. Àwọn ní 19 states and Anthony 19 states ó ní more upper head ju àwa tó kù lọ. So àwọn tó ń sọ pé politician ni ẹ̀ ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ politics ni tagbédání no eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ politics ìtagbédání afẹ́gbọ́ òmìnira ni but nígbà tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ tírú Garba Shehu tó ń sọ jábàjàbá lẹ́nu tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí ẹni tí kò ní làákàyè tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwa o àmọ́ tá à ń ṣe màá wá máa play fídíò yẹn màá máa pọ́sẹ̀ láàrin méjì ẹ ní láti rí ojú ẹ̀ mọ́ so that kí mo lè concentrate wá àti bá ti fẹ́ débi tí mo fẹ́ pọ́sẹ̀. I'm gonna play it now but in between that I'm gonna start analysing as much as possible gbogbo tó ń sọ. Let's go back again.
Look, one thing with this president, and the National Secretary has said a bit of that, is that you can't intimidate Buhari.
Ó ní a lè intimidate Buhari. Àwa dẹ̀ máa wá fi yé pé Buhari fúnra rẹ̀ gan ó máa sá fún wa nígbà tí wàhálà bá dé. That's if that is the real Buhari or the dead one. Nítorí pé tó bá jẹ́ pé Buhari nìyẹn ni a máa jáde láti wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. So when he's talking about we cannot intimidate Buhari, who is Buhari? Ṣé Elédùmarè ni Buhari ni? Ṣé Ọlọ́run ni Buhari tí ó wá dẹni tí kò ṣe intimidate? Lójú ààrẹ ní làákàyè tiẹ̀. He's talking about that we cannot intimidate Buhari. So that shows that these are born to rule bastard. And some of you, Yorubas, are still thinking that you can change the course of what we are fighting for. Even MKO Abiola tried his best. The wife said so. Remember the video we played. MKO Abiola's wife told us that the evil genius, Babangida, knew that at no chance they were going to give MKO Abiola that position of the presidency. Do you know why? Because MKO already said he was going to do what they call slavery back from Great Britain. And Great Britain was never ready to pay every single soul that they took out of Africa or Nigeria as a slave. Great Britain was not ready to do so. Great Britain was not ready to pay back. Yes, repatriation. Thank you very much. That was the problem that Great Britain had from MK Abiola's mouth. And they knew that MK Abiola will get to that position and there will be problem. But the evil genius, ó máa kú sórí àga ni. But kó tó kú, lójú ayé ẹ̀ la máa sọ fún pé Yorùbá nation will be something that he will see before he died. That is Babangida in Minna. And the evil one behind him, Abubakar Abdulsalam, those are the evil bastards that have kept you talking about one Nigeria, especially some of you watching us every day, thinking that we are the, we are the one intimidating Buhari. So you think that we are the one intimidating Buhari. We are not intimidating Buhari because Buhari did not at no point colonize Yoruba people. Neither the Fulani Hausa colonize us. And we will do everything. If it means to go the other way around, if diplomacy is not going to work, we will do it to make sure that we put a full stop to the atrocity that has been committed on mankind in the Yoruba land. So if Garba Shehu is thinking at his forehead that we are intimidating Buhari because we are asking for a self-determination on a peaceful platform out of Nigeria, if they don't agree on that, that means we should all start preparing for the worst case scenario that is going to happen. Nítorí pé we are not going to back down for no reason. We are not intimidating it. We are not intimidating it because ìran Buhari, Fulani àti Hausa, àwọn kọ́ ló colonize wa. Àwọn tó colonize wa tó jẹ́ Great Britain. Let them come and tell us why we as Yoruba people will not stand on our own when they were able to come out of EU without no bloodshed. So if Great Britain believed that their relationship with European Union was not worth it anymore, they came out peacefully. And if we are going to come out peacefully and they are backing, and I say so, if Great Britain continue to back the caliphate, we will fight them to the end as well. If Great Britain continue that wants to stand as a block, because a lot of you think that we should sign petition and take it to the parliament and you think that will resolve the problem. That is not going to solve the problem. That is a fact. Yes, it is good under diplomacy to sign the petition and hand it over to them at the parliament, but that is not going to break up Nigeria. Because Great Britain is the one standing as the blockchain between us and the North. And they've given the military more access to the wealth of this country and more power against the remaining tribes. And that is why we will not back down. So if any one of you watching us every day thinks that Great Britain will divide this country on our behalf, and start thinking it properly. Because Great Britain does not have any interest to make sure that this country breaks away. Because Great Britain is having more access than you as Yoruba people watching me in any part of the world. It does not matter whether we have lived there. If the country was working, none of us should be living in Great Britain and seeking asylum or trying to resolve immigration status in that country. If we have everything right here inside this country. But rather, many of us, whether you went there on scholarship, whether you went there on a visa, whether you went there on whatever, you refuse to come back home because there's no home to come back to. Because the Fulani have already taken the home. So when Garba Shehu is saying that we are intimidating the Buhari, who is intimidating Buhari? Are we the one intimidating Buhari, or is Fulani Caliphate that has intimidated us for a very long time in the help of Great Britain? Let's continue to analyze that video. It's exactly 39 minutes past 12.
You can't bully him.
We can't bully him. The Yoruba people that have been bullied on a daily basis by this contraction you call Nigeria. Bullied on a daily basis that they refuse to allow MK Abiola to become the president of this country. Do you know that? Do you know that this country bullied They never gave MK Abiola any chance at all. They never did. Because they knew the game. They knew that MK Wobadebe, MKO will change the situation at hand. And that is why they refused to allow MKO to become the president in 1993 after one of the most peaceful, fairest election that you can ever think of. It was not allowed. It was not given the opportunity. It was literally blocked in every area so that it does not become that president. And he was killed as well because the wife already told us, as at the latest interview from the MK Abiola's wife, one of his wife. Abiola never died of cardiac arrest. He was killed. MK Abiola was killed just the same way Dele Giwa was killed, just the same way Bola Ige was killed, just the same way so many Yoruba people were killed, and we were being bullied by the Fulani Caliphate. Let's continue.
A lot of these people who are calling for secessions, they're the problem of this country.
Now, we are the problem of this country. People like me, talking every day, asking everybody to wake up from their slumber and stop sleeping, because every one of you have been sleeping for too long, including myself. And it is time now that we wake up and stop the atrocity. Oh, we have the problem. So now, the Fulani that is raping, sleeping with our mothers, killing us, maiming us, the Fulani that has hold Dangote refinery in Lagos, the Fulani that holds the port authority, the Fulani that controls every immigration status or any immigration across all our embassy. So we are now the threat to the government. The Fulani that is going with AK-47 that have been planned for years, when Buhari knew that he was never going to win the election and brought them in from Niger, from Chad, to come and fight on his behalf. So we are the one intimidating him. So when they were bringing in all these fighters, they didn't know that they were intimidating the rest of the country. They never knew that they were intimidating us. Now we cannot travel from Lagos to Ibadan. You cannot go from Lagos to Akure. You cannot go from Akure to Kwara. You cannot go from Kogi to Oshun. You cannot travel within any of the Yoruba boundaries because we are being intimidated by the caliphate that brought in their fighters from around the world to come and intimidate myself and you. And some of you are just sleeping. Waking up now is the best option so that we can put a full stop to it as quickly as possible. But all we are doing is we are waiting for a miracle. But rather than the miracle, we must start preparing more every day for the worst case scenario. Because is now
being, reasonable voices are now rising.
It's talking about reasonable voices are not rising. Reasonable voices, according to him, are now rising. The network seems to be playing his own magic. Let's see what's going on again. Okay, it should be good. Reasonable, from what he's saying. Reasonable voices. Who are these reasonable voices? Who is Garba Shehu talking? Nígbà tó sọ pé reasonable voices. And what were the reasonable voices? Who is he referring to as the reasonable voices? Who is Garba Shehu referring to? Who is he referring to as reasonable voices? Who is Garba Shehu referring to as reasonable voices? Who is he referring to? Tani Garba Shehu refers to as the reasonable voices. Who is he referring to? I have to keep changing the network because, as you can tell, these are issues. Eni tó lówó ó ń jìyà, ẹni tó lówó ó ń jìyà. It doesn't make any difference. You have money, you suffer. You don't have money, you are in a big mess. You have money, you are in a big mess. You don't have money, you are in a big mess. So what is the essence of this fraudulent country you call Nigeria? Garba Shehu is talking about reasonable voices. He's telling us that the reasonable voices are not talking. Who are the reasonable voices as against us, the people, the Yoruba people that have been bastardized for a very long time? The Yoruba people that have been kept below one of the most abject poverty of the world. The Yoruba people, tí wọ́n ti sá kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ wọn. The Yoruba people that does not have access to their port, does not have access to control any of their resources anymore. Every Yoruba resources is now being held by the Fulani Hausa Caliphate. Gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ nǹkan tiwa, àwọn ti gbé dání nísìn, wọ́n jẹ́ ká ní access sí. And now he's talking about the reasonable voices. Who are the reasonable voices talking on our behalf in 2021 when we are saying that we want to leave Nigeria because this country is no longer comfortable for us?
Crazy. Is it not only yesterday we were reading Afenifere saying we're not the most credible faction of Afenifere. We are not.
He's talking about the Afenifere. He's talking about Afenifere saying that, oh, our secessionists, we want restructuring. And this is why we need to now say to all these individuals, leaders, so to call themselves, that the longer you continue to give this buffoon opportunity, I don't know what they're scared of. What are they literally scared of within their age? To just come out and say, we are no longer interested in Nigeria, and that is it. What are they scared of? Ṣé kọ́ má bàa kú lọ ṣe ń bẹ̀rù ni àbí nǹkan tí wọ́n ní? Ṣé kíjọba àgbàntán ní lọ́wọ́ wọn ni? Because I still don't understand when people say, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lókè. Kí ni ìdí tá ìṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lókè? Tí gbogbo kíní bá dàrú, tó bá dàrú, débi tí ó fẹ́ dàrú dé, ìran yín a máa rántí ẹ̀ for a very long time as those that kept us inside the dungeon until we are able to come out on ourselves. They are all in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and they're still talking about restructuring. And that is why this buffoon, this old ragged Fulani Hausa man is saying that I want continue sorrow on our behalf. But I want nigga kan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn secessionists yẹn, I want a problem, I want to intimidate, I want to bully. Now, the Fulani man that controls the country on our behalf is no longer the bully. Let's go further into the video.
We are not for secession. Ohaneze Ndibo has said this over and over again. So this thing about secession is, they had used it in the past.
He's saying that this has been used in the present. We are talking about the present generation that are determined to make sure that the journey that will lead us on a peaceful path out of Nigeria, if that is going to be, and if it's not going to be, we go through the next route. We will go through the next route. Because we will not continue to tolerate and allow all these bastards thinking that they are born to rule, hold us to bondage for the selfish interest of few bastard Yoruba politicians thinking that they are the best, that have kept everybody in bondage. I will not tolerate that. I am fighting to the end. Let's go a little bit more further.
You cry secession and break off of Nigeria, and then you intimidate the city leader, and then he opens the vault and he brings money to settle people.
He's still thinking that it's all about money. He's still thinking that everything we are doing now is about money. But they forgot to understand that the same money that was stolen by all the bastard Hausa Fulani was never used to fix the northern part of the country. Rather, the North is in abject poverty as we speak today. The North have the biggest IDP, North have one of the biggest troubles across the country because of their bastard politicians that have kept their family and their loved ones in bondage. And one of them is Abdul Salam Abubakar. That evil man. Ìyàwó Abíọ́lá ti sọ pé tábà ń wẹ́n tó da Nàìjíríà rú tó jẹ́ bàbá criminal tó intimidate gbogbo wa is Abdul Salam Abubakar. That is the man we should hold responsible. But that does not mean holding him responsible means we should not depart from this shithole country you call Nigeria. Let's go further into the conversation.
President Buhari will pay no one.
He's still thinking again that Buhari will pay no one because this has been what all the Yorubas, ẹ̀yin oníjẹkújẹ òṣì, ẹ̀yin ọmọ àlè Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin ọmọ àlè tẹ́ ń káàkiri, tẹ́ lọ nùdí Haúsá àti Fúlàní as against your tribe. Tẹ́ lọ ń ṣe ránkà dédé fún wọn, ṣẹ́rí ní tó sọ wá dì. Pé tàbá ti rówó, tàbá ti kówó fún wa, gbogbo a máa ṣọ́tọ̀. Wọ́n rò pọ̀ dẹ̀ ní gbogbo wa. Wọ́n fi pé ọ̀rọ̀ owó yẹn nìkan òun ló fẹ́ la gbogbo wa. Pé Buhari ò ní sanwó fún yín o. Tẹ́ bá rò pé ẹ pariwo, a máa break up, a ní break up. Pé Buhari wá sọ pé irọ́ ni o. But Buhari lè lọ sí Niger àti Chad láti lọ kó àwọn ọmọ ogun wa kó wá bá wa jà. Wọ́n lè rówó yẹn san. They can negotiate with the terrorists. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? And we have a lot of you, intelligent, sitting down now and thinking that this thing will not go boom at some point. You are all sitting down. Ẹ kàn wò wá lójoojúmọ́, ẹ kàn wá sórí show, kẹ́ máa wò wá. Instead of you to start planning, àfi kẹ́ máa fi call, kẹ́ máa fi disturb. When you should all be planning within your own constituency, within your own territory. Start building the forces to defend the land. Because that is the first thing that we must do. We must be ready to defend the land. Because the land belongs to the Yoruba people. The land does not belong to the Fulani. The land does not belong to Great Britain, neither any other part of the world. But rather, you want to engage us in some other conversation. You want to occupy my time. You think that I have the time every day when it is only 12 hours in a day and we have about 500 people want to speak. But some of us speak, but some of us are just time waster. And some of you don't know that we are never, none of us will ever enjoy the fruit of this land that belongs to us. If none of you refuse to do anything now, your power, your money, your brain. We have politicians going to the north. Tolondo Bale. Esha Goriwa. Sheka ba won sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Àṣé. Just like what Tinubu is doing. MK Abiola did his best. It was more well connected than the Tinubu of today that you're talking about. Go and hear what the wife said. Go and hear Elogbon Kotiyawo Abiola so. So if people like Tinubu is going to the north and lick their ass and think that he will use that against us and allow this nomadic Fulani man to now say that, hey, we are this for you. Because this has been the issue. MK Abiola did all his best, but the evil genius, Ori which and Hello Makusi, Bokotoku, O Maripe, Yoruba Nation Waye, Dojo Aye, I'm talking about Babangida, he will die. He will definitely die. But before he died, we will get the Yoruba Nation. And just like Abdul Salam Abubakar, if you think, oh yes, MK has his own fault, but he's still a Yoruba man. He's a Yoruba man, regardless of whatever he's done. So the evil genius, all looking and thinking that all what they played by throwing money. MQ Abiola said so, the wife said so, that they were throwing money at those that they were thinking that were fighting together. And a family need. So you think that, you know, by trying to feed your family, and then you go and collect money from the bastard Hausa Caliphate, will solve the problem. You will die as well. You will die. Because awo nigba itagbesele break us. If you think that we have brake in our vehicle, we don't have brake. We only have the accelerator. We're only pressing the gas. And that is what he's talking about. Garba Shehu, on Sofua, on Insultua. That was the same way when Shasha Market was burnt down by the Fulani Hausa man. That our mothers wọ́n fi dọ̀tí wọ́n fi rẹ́ gbogbo alójú ẹ̀yin wá jókòó ẹ kò rò pé kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jókòó ká gbọ́ ṣó nìkan ara ò ta yín ara bùmọ́ aṣọ bùmọ́ yín lára in tó máa ń lọ yìí ibo ló fẹ́ já sí ká di ọjà wa dáadáa ká put sleeves wa up ẹ rò pé rí ni gbogbo tẹgbẹ́ dání ni ẹ rò pé àkàn wá sórí show àkàn sọ̀rọ̀ ni you think it's a joke, you think it's a play. Ele ó jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Hollywood movie tá fẹ́ release blockbuster. We are talking about the Yoruba people now, but this bastard knows what our Yoruba politicians have done in the past, coming down to beg the North for peanuts. Coming down to the North to beg them. And he thought that this is the same generation, like those bastard generation. Our generation olórí burúkú, àwọn bàbá òṣì, àwọn ìyá òṣì, tó ti tàwa dànù. Àwọn ìyá wèrè, àwọn ìyá lákàrà. Thinking that, you know, when coming for election, tó gé àkàrà sí wọn lọ́rùn. Àwọn ọmọ wọn lọ sí school, táwọn ọmọ wọn bá bímọ, akọ kú dànù lọ́spítù ni, tá bá ní kí ló pa, wọ́n ní kò sí náà ni. Well, àìmọye àwọn ìyá yẹn tí táwọn grandchildren want to kú dànù hospital because of the negligence of their fault, and they are still clamoring, thinking that they can go in for another election in 2023 and allow the Yoruba man to become the president. And you're there. MK Abiola did more than what is happening at the present time. The evil genius in Minna, Babangida, and the rest of him never gave him that chance. They killed him. They took him out. Walk back. But the wife says, MK will never died of cardiac arrest. Eli lọ́wọ́ dókítà ti Nàìjíríà òun mọ́kọ òun dáadáa nítorí pé ọkọ òun ní medical report ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n rò pé àwọn ìyá yẹn ò ní jáde ni. Kọ́lọ̀ bá ń kẹ́rù ìyá yẹn. Kọ́lọ̀ túbọ̀ bá ń lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀. Nítorí pé she came out at the right time to speak truth to those bastard Hausa Fulani. And some of you think you are more better as Yoruba politicians running the asses of this bastard Hausa Fulani people. You think you can change them? They are animalistic. They killed so many people. They killed Fela Nicola Kukuti. They killed the mother. These are the same bastard when Fela was using his music to talk to truth to the power. And some of you are saying that we are silent listeners. This is not the time for silent listener. Everybody must now rise up and do the best thing to make sure that we must stop this contraction called Nigeria. Instead, some of you say, I like in content saying, but if it does anything, if it does, Abi. You are waiting until more Yoruba get killed because of the peanut that some few Yoruba politicians bastard. And until what they show me, what no public toilet, no street light. Go out now. The whole place is still like we are living in 1980. And this bastard is saying that there was a crime. There was a crime in the paper account in 1966. You're going to hear that now. And one Mali, exactly 1 o'clock, 21st April 2021.
It's not going to pay. And now it is clear that having ignored all of that, reasonable opinions are coming from those states and from those regions.
He's saying that reasonable opinion. So he's probably talking about all our governors, all our 419 governors, from one end to the other. They are all 419. Tarawan Ikolondu. I saw Fayemi talking about safe school. School to it is safe Lekiti. Oh no, fe safe go school Nigeria. Oh, it is safe with Ekiti. Eba mi bi o baba Ekiti. Eba mi bi Fayemi. I saw him in Abuja talking about safe school. Safe school when more children have been kidnapped. Àwọn ọmọ tó kidnapped. The Chibo ate mo bi tawon yen wa. Èmi ate ti bímọ fún rẹpẹtẹ níta. He's talking about safe school. When the president, dead or alive, was in Katsina, 3 hours close to where he was living, children were kidnapped. What a report then you are. They think we are stupid people. What did I want to go? What did I want journalists bole kaja? What did I want journalists on funny brown envelope? Totally sorrow. Ni story de gbogbo yin. Ti ra àwọn journalists ode 30 sí lẹ́nu wọn pé kó má sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ rò pa wọ́n ní sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Ẹ rò pa wọ́n ní sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ti gbàgbé pé dada ò lè jà. But ó láàbúrò tó lè gbèjẹ́. That's what they don't understand. And that is why wọ́n fi ìdọ̀tí wọ́n fi ń rẹwà. Tó bá ti fún kan nu wa ní position kan. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Tí wọ́n náà tí family náà ti ń jẹ lábẹ́. You just keep short. Everybody keeps quiet. Why millions of people have gone to bed with nothing to eat?
The governors in the southwest, we have all had them. They have denounced all of this.
Did you hear that? They have asked, Hausa Fulani what? Sherry, taba so ṣòkòtò wa dáadáa. Ó jẹ́ máa dé stage yẹn. A ṣe fi ti ìfẹ́ díẹ̀ sí ni. Sherry tí a bá ti yọ iná ìfẹ́ yẹn, ta ti yọ kúrò nígbà yà wa. Politician mi wà láì bí a not ló máa gbé kò ní lè gbé lórí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́. Fact ni mo sọ fún yín, ẹ̀yà kó gbogbo sójà yín jáde ni, ẹ̀yà kó gbogbo tẹ́ bá ní jáde láti fi bá wa jà. Nítorí pé ẹ ní nísinmi bí bàbá Èkìtì ṣe rán ṣe sọ lánàá. Ẹ ní nísinmi la sọ fún yín. Kò ń ṣe pa fi ń dẹnu. Ẹ̀yin fẹ́ máa gbádùn kí ya máa ja ọmọ Yorùbá. Ìwà wa náà ń gbádùn. Wáyé lọ kó gbogbo tọ́ọ̀gẹ̀ kó máa tẹ̀lé ẹni. That's what he's saying. The Northerners have already asked all the puppet Yoruba politician governors from Lagos to Ogun State to Oyo to Kogi to Kwara, Osun, Ekiti, and Ondo State. They've asked them already. Ǹjẹ́ iná wọn ṣe gbogbo ẹfẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà? Àwọn òsínbẹ́ o, àsínbẹ́ àwọn ọmọ àlè làwọn ọmọ yẹn o. Denouncing us. And àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ pé àwọn ní Yorùbá. Ṣé Yorùbá làwọn yẹn? Ẹ sá eré kàbàkàbà. Kí la sọ? Ẹ kọ sílẹ̀ dáadáa. Pé mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ sá eré kàbàkàbà. Tásìkò yẹn bá tó. Ilé tí gbogbo àjọ ń gbé ní state kankan kò ní lè gba gbogbo wa mọ́. Kò ní lè ṣe kíni? Kò ní lè gba gbogbo wa mọ́. Ilé yẹn ò ní lè gba gbogbo wa mọ́. Because ní gbà fẹ́yìn. Tá bá dẹ̀ ti gbà fẹ́yìn, àwọn tọ̀hún á mọ̀ pé ó ti débẹ̀. But for now, they are already saying, oh, we have denounced it. We got nothing to do with that. These are just people shouting all over the place. For you, Abi Beko. And you know, Lomo, Abi, Ela Omoyi, Tong Badun, Omolomo ki ya ma je, e bimo Abi, ìyá tó bímọ tó ro oúnjẹ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ kò kàn àfi kó wá sórí social media bí àti kan tọ́lọ̀ bá kẹ tó capture video ẹ̀ gbé wá ẹ ṣàánú ẹ o ó ti fẹ́ kú o àwọn èèyàn wá dáwó fún ìyẹn ló máa solve problem. You think that will solve the problem in this shit old country where one person gets more opportunity? But some of you are just looking at us. You are thinking we are joking. Nígbà tẹ́yìn gan bá lè wálé mọ́ ìgbà ilẹ̀ máa mọ̀ pé nobody is joking because ẹni lè wálé mọ́ bó ṣe ń lọ yìí tá a bá stop ẹ̀ ẹni lè wá sílé mọ́. And that is the fact. Mọ plan táwọn lórí àníṣe evil genius òun ni ìyàwó nǹkan Abíọ́lá pé wọ́n evil genius ní Babangida. But ó ti wá gbàgbé pé Ọlọ́run bẹ lókè. Ọlọ́run tó wà níbẹ̀ lánàá kò kúrò o. Torí pé tó bá kúrò ni tó jẹ́ kírú ìyàwó Abíọ́lá kó jáde nísìn kó sọ̀rọ̀ ní wákàtí táwa náà sọ̀rọ̀. Because she knew pé àsìkò kan máa dé wọ́n ní dàda ò lè jà bò tó ti láàbúrò tó fẹ́ gbèjẹ́. ìtàdẹ̀gbẹ́dání fight to finish. Kí la sọ? Fight to finish. Bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tẹ̀lé wa dédé, bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wa dédé, but àwa dúpẹ́ pé púpọ̀ nu yín ẹ sọ pé ẹ tẹ̀lé wa. Àwọn kan ní tá bá tẹ̀lé yín wọ́n máa padà lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run lọ́ba tó ń tẹ̀lé èèyàn tó padà lẹ́yìn èèyàn. Àwa ti fọkàn wa sọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run a ti fọkàn wa sí. Let's get into more of that video.
These things. So it's a sham. Nigerians want to be one, they want to continue. Yes, they are
Nigerians want to be one. That's what they're telling them. The BRICS, Great Britain, is telling Emma Nigeria wants to be one. Democracy is working. It can work all over. The democracy is going to work. Work. So, maybe democracy can work. In America, in Germany, in Switzerland, in France, in Netherlands. No, maybe can work. In Nigeria. Is that the way it's working? We will stop the last empire. It's saying that, let's hear more. We open the phone line in just about a few minutes.
Yes, there are problems, and we are hoping that as people united and loving of one another.
How can we love one another? Where is the love? The love of the nepotism? The love that one section of the country has been caged while the rest are saying that we are born to rule. When one section hold power continuously in every sector, in every parastatal, where is the love?
We'll come together and solve our own problems. To the next question, which is it's still part of his earlier question. Whether there should be national conference. What national conference do you want more than the parliament?
Chumba. What national conference do you want when there's parliament? What fraudulent parliament? Parliament that contains more Fulani Hausa than the rest of the other ethnic minority. So if any one of you, youth, Nigerians, politicians, think that you can change this country without fraudulent parliament, you are all joking. You are living in a different land entirely.
Any Democrat, anyone who is a Democrat in heart, in his heart, in her heart, in practice.
Eli no man sort of Democrat. Stupid man. Elenu Yabala. Uno man sort of Democrat. Also, I'm a sort of democracy. Only no sort of democracy. Ṣẹ́jú ẹ̀wà ni. Ẹjọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ náà. Nígbà tá ti kọ́ ẹran mérò. Ṣé ẹjọ́ ẹ̀ ni? Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn bàbá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ restructuring ní aago kan òru. Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti jàjà. Àbẹ́yìn ẹ̀gbọ́n pọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ ti dìde. Gbogbo yín ò dìde. Now táwa tí wá dìde nísìn. Ẹ̀wọ̀n wá ràn. I'm a silent watcher. So ó dìgbà táwọn náà bá ti dàgbà. Tẹ́yìn bá darúgbó. Torí àwọn tó ti dàgbà nísìn àwọn ò lè gbápá àfi kó máa ṣàdúrà fún wa. But ẹ̀yin tí ẹ sì légungun tẹ ní intelligent ẹ̀ ń wò mí ran ẹni kò kàn yín. But ó máa kàn àwọn ọmọ yín. Lóòótọ́ ẹ̀ ń gbádùn nílùú Amẹ́ríkà, ẹ̀ ń gbádùn ní Germany, ní France, ní Netherlands, ní Thailand, ní Asia, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. Ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ náà nìyẹn? Ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n tó yẹ kẹ́ jà fún wa, jà fún wa, ẹ tún wò wá nísìn. Kí máa mò ń rí ẹ náà. This is not the time for that. This is the time to prepare for the worst case scenario. Gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ni kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ni kó ṣẹlẹ̀. So that lives of our people can change after some years. Gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹlòmíràn tún pé ní website. Ó mọ website ṣe ó tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwa. And these are talking about àwọn ilé ìsọ̀rọ̀ democracy. Democracy in order. Where's the democracy? 10 minutes past. 1.
Our hearts in practice and beliefs. They should believe in the tripartite structure of government.
What structure do we have? It's talking about structure. Where's the structure? That no Nigerians have access to the basic things of life that you can think of. Let's open the phone line, because I don't know how long I might be able to stay. If I get tired quickly, then I'm going to come off of the broadcast. Plus 4475 94050 979. Plus 4475 94050 979. That's going to be the number tonight for those of you that also would like to add your voice. Bear with me. I just quickly want to put the number on the YouTube, and then we do the rest of the numbers across, because our team here are already, fast sleeping because it's been a long day. Plus 4475 94050 979. WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only when you're calling the show. WhatsApp only. Let's go straight to the first caller.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, ló ṣe wọn lórúkọ tèmi láti mọ short. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo nǹkan tí màá yẹn sọ yẹn. Torí ẹ̀ mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá, mọ́sí nǹkan tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú àwọn ànúra náà. Ṣé àwọn èèyàn ti tiwa gangan tó jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tiwa gangan, àwọn gangan ní àgàtà, àwọn gangan ní a ní ìdájọ́ ọkọ̀ bá wí. Because gbogbo àwọn títí wa ẹ̀ àwọn náà ń dá wa lọ́wọ́ dúró. Gbogbo ilé tó yìí ṣe kò tí ì kàn wọ́n lára. Ó dìgbà tá a bá ṣàn gbogbo àwọn airport gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ pé ó wà ó tó yẹ pé nǹkan táwọn benefit. Ó dìgbà tá a bá kọ́ dá gbogbo ẹ̀ dúró ná, tí gbogbo everything tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Mo rántí ìgbà kan tí ọ̀gá mi yẹn mo bá iṣẹ́ ní Dubai ńgbà yẹn, ó lọ sí Syria. Ó wọ flight lọ sí Syria ni o kò lè padà wá sí Dubai má torí pé wọ́n ti shut down gbogbo airport. Kò sí airport tó lè gbà wá. Ó kàn fi kọ́ pé òun ò lè wá sí Dubai mọ́, òun náà bàbá tó padà wá bìkan mo ti fi Dubai lẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn. Kí ni mo sọ ni pé ṣẹ́rí gbogbo wọn kìíní kò tí ì mú wọn. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ táṣì lọ sọ fún wọn ní North Èkó, wọn ò tí ì ṣèkì wọn dáadáa. Ó dìgbà tá a bá ṣàn gbogbo kan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ṣèbí Lagos State wọ́n yìí sọ pé wọ́n jó, láti sọ pé kíní kan. Ó dìgbà tá a bá gbogbo ẹ̀ bá máa bàjẹ́ ká ó jó gbogbo ẹ̀ ká máa pé àtẹ̀fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti square one ni. Ẹ ṣeun sá.
Thank you very much. Let's go straight to the next caller. Plus 4475 94050 979 is the number to bring you to the show tonight as we continue to take more calls. Enisuru ko wasi ori speaker, so let's see, because if not, I might have to ask you to call back. Let's see if I can bring it to the speaker, because I can't see the call coming through. It's not giving me any sign. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you go. Enisuru, let's make the last call back quickly. Once again, plus 4475 94050 979. It's a long day. This should have been, a day to be resting, but as a media, you respond back and let the government knows that we are not stupid. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Buki.
Mute the background. Mute the background.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Money last time, mo fẹ́ bèrè ìpè rédíò tẹ́níkà bó ni èyí ó ti fi rédíò rẹ tẹ́. Mo fẹ́ bèrè yín last time.
I get it talk, but let me let you after the show.
Ọ̀dà. Mo gbọ́, in fact, mo gbọ́ kẹ́níkà lórí social media ní ọ̀sán yìí. Ó bá dé mi jẹ́ díẹ̀. Prophet kan ti sọ pé Chief Sunday Igboho ọdún kò kí sáìsì wọn o gbàdó ń sọ pé kò sí bí àtìlẹ́wé ní bátìrì yẹn ó pé Nàìjíríà ò lè break kìnìkan ó pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá padà fi sú Chief Sunday Igboho ni.
Ṣé gbogbo àwọn yẹn side talk ni àwọn pastor àwọn prophet tó ríran nígbà tí bàbá fi jáde àbí kankan wọn á fi gbé dágbà àwọn yẹn nù járe. Prophet ṣe àwọn prophet jẹun o àwọn prophet gidi wà lólé wọn.
Ọba David jẹ́ kódà mo up to now mi ò tí ì recover dáadáa mi pa mo sì lọ́wọ́ mi. mi ò get ara mi. So mo fi so ẹ ṣe gidi gan olórí burúkú yìí gan tí n dẹ́ play yẹn olórí burúkú bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn gidi gan tí Hausa yẹn ti sọ pé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re wọ́n ti deny àwọn gómìnà wa ti deny. Ẹ wo kọ́lá jẹ́ pé nínú àlámà àwọn gómìnà wọn ká mọ̀.
All right. Okay, Goni. Let's unpin. I'm told the number I put out is wrong. All right, no problem. Goni. Plus 4475. Lori YouTube. I think the number on the YouTube was wrong. Please bear with us. Plus 44 75 94 050 979. Not 978. I think I put 978 earlier. So that's the number, and I think you can now have the number back again. This is a wake-up call for every Yoruba sons and daughters. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
We can hear you. Go ahead. Good evening.
Hello.
We can hear you. It's connected to the speaker. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Koiki. Yeah. Concerning these Afenifere governors, whatever, Tony, this stupid what's his name? Garbage, whatever. Tony Untibirilowo, Afenifere and governors. They don't represent us. The governors and Afeniferes represent only their families. Ṣé wọ́n pe àwọn masses wọ́n pe Yorùbá citizens pé kí lẹ fẹ́? So yeah, mo believe they side talk to their own selfish interest. Yeah, that's point number one. Number two, concerning the constitution, Tony, it works for everybody. It works only for Fulanis. Because àwọn ló ṣe, àwọn ló kọ fún àwọn Abubakar and Babangida, the cohort, tọ́jọ́ kọ́ tó favor ara wọn, family wọn, àtàwọn friends wọn with their folks. Is not working for Nigerians. So ìyẹn kò sọ̀rọ̀ ńbẹ̀. Kí garbage yẹn kó máa note it down. Then for the parliament, they only speak for themselves. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí, they are irrelevant points entirely because gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ only works for themselves, their family and friends. So àwọn dádúró believe you, mo believe pé gbogbo àwọn eléyìí bullshit side talks ni. The cogent thing and most important thing for us is just to move on. We strategize and plan way forward for us. Gbogbo eléyìí tá a ṣe ń dúró another 120 days pay till mid-August. Believe me, mi gan kà kún pé waste of time ni. Let's call a spade and take the bull by the horn. Believe in you, sir. Let's do what is needed to be done and let's move on. May God help us all, sir. Amen. All right, take care, sir. Bye.
Thank you. That was a very brilliant call there. And again, a lot of people have so much. I've received a lot of you calling and saying the same thing. The 120 days is just, it's just too much, to give the, that 120 days. We're not giving the government 120 days, but we are engaging our people, for that 120 days. The caller that is on the air, I can't see, the speaker. That means I will not be able to bring you right onto the thread. So, but I can't hear you. So that means you'll have to call back because I can't see, the speaker on the phone to bring you onto the onto the show. Quite a lot of you are calling at the same time, and that means sometimes the line will jam. So many people are concerned regarding the 120 days that have been given and all that. But one thing I want us to remember is, as much as we will continue to engage our people, we will also do things that we're definitely not going to be talking on the air. That is for sure. So if everybody's thinking that so when we come on the live show and all that, it's not going to happen. But every one of us can plan something. Hello, caller.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to contribute to your today's session, and first of all, I will have to commend you. You have done a lot. When you began, I think I must be very straightforward. I was one of those who doubted you, but I have seen your effort ever since I follow you up. Thank you very much for what you have done, and your effort, your potential has a lot to do in different dimensions. So what I have to say is that we are all concerned Nigerians. and we watch. Not everybody has that voice and to talk to others. And I thank you for that. I thank others who have been contributing to this struggle. But one thing that is failing is that, in my opinion, I think the Ododuwa people should unify other Nigerians, not making it Yoruba issue alone. We know our differences. We know our geographical differences. We know our language differences and all other characteristics. But it will be more effective if there are good expression.
But have you can I come in there? Can I come in there? When you say we're not,
Okay.
Have you followed, the situation with the Ninas? What has the Ninas been doing in terms of working together, with the remaining part of the, the country that wants to break away?
Yes, of course. I am not saying this is. There are no people who are not generalizing the struggle, but I think the bigger part of the struggle that is coming from the Yoruba people is mainly for the Yoruba people, and most often I would want to listen to some.
Well, that's a complete that's a different thing entirely.
And they always use Yoruba.
Oh yes, because that is our let me answer that. There's nothing wrong when we speak our dialect to communicate with the people. We are already working with the remaining part of the tribe. Means if you go back to what I just said, Ninas, that I also even believe that some part of the the Southeast does not even believe in Ninas. So that means there's a kind of another issue there within those side of the section that doesn't want to believe in that. We can continue to speak our language does not mean we are not communicating. We are still communicating, and I understand you want to listen to what we are saying. Yeah, but no, you can't say that. You can't tell us what we say and how we're going to present it, to our listeners that are called Yoruba people. We have already carried along the other tribes, and when you look at the communication, I'm not sure whether you have read the press statement on the 17th of April. Have you had the opportunity to listen to that, to read it?
No.
So that means you have not been able to engage as well. So that means you're only wanting to come onto the broadcast and listen to what we are saying. That press statement was released in English.
I have been engaging.
Yeah, but you're not aware of the press statement. The press statement I've just talked about is the unity of what we call the Ninas. The Ninas is the joint between the Southeast, the other tribes, and the Yoruba. So that means a press statement of such have already engaged and carried everybody along. But when we come on our show like this, I understand we have other tribes that wants to listen. There's no doubt about that. But talking about trying to say because we want to satisfy, the whole international community, you go to China, you go to all these countries, they don't even speak all this English. I understand what you're saying. But
I'm a lover of Yoruba language.
Yeah, but you cannot dictate. That's what I want you to understand.
I want to learn Yoruba
yeah, but
language.
what I'm trying to explain to you is
what I am saying is that I am not saying that Yoruba language shouldn't be used. What I am saying in essence is that I think there should be more expression that is pushing forward to other part of the country, because we all understand our potential.
But there's nothing. I've given. We're just gonna.
Of Yoruba people. It's easier for Yoruba people to comprehend issue than other minority tribes. You understand what I mean?
Everybody knows the Yoruba wants to go. You go on the. I mean, I've been on ground for the last 3 months. That means what you're saying does not buy any water, because everybody, non-Yoruba and Yoruba, knows that Yoruba wants to leave, and that's as simple as that. But what you want is
that is exactly what I have said.
Yeah, but you want a kind of an engagement where we are doing our show. It has to be a pure English, and that is not going to be tolerated. That is just.
No, that's not what I said. I have my own language. That's not what I said. What I said was that I think more attention should be geared towards others who are not seen in the scene. You understand?
Others like who? Others like who?
For example, the thief people, the Doma people, those who are in the north central, who are also facing a lot of problems, and there should be straight statement directed to them, and these people, the people that are concerned among them, should be understood or known, and they should be involved directly. And we should know their concern. What is their direction? The direction they are taking. Are they going to remain in this same situation? Or
well, I mean, if they have the choice. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. That's fine. You know, they have the choice to remain in that unity if they wish to do so. If I say I, as a Yoruba man, wants to leave, if the thief decide they don't want to leave, is that my problem? That's not my problem. That'll be their own problem now. If the thief thinks that the Fulani has been killing them more, let the thief also be doing what I'm doing. Let them get somebody out to speak on their behalf. I am speaking on behalf of the Yoruba people, and I think about Yoruba first. In as much as I know other tribes wants to leave, they might decide they don't want to leave. You can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force it to drink the water. So that's just the quick answer to that. And I'm sure I've been able to engage you for more than a few minutes. Hello, caller. Hello. Okay, these are calls that probably have a bit of more network. Hello, good evening, caller. Hello, caller.
Baba eka lesa.
Eka ro.
Eku kó lè dá.
Àwa ni.
Ẹjọ́ ṣé mi ò sí lórí ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ out I mean kẹ́ gbé mi kó lórí speaker.
Ṣé ní moment báyìí nísìnyí ṣé kò ṣe ta lè sọ later.
Kẹ́ kí n kọ̀tà kò lè nù kò.
Am I equal to 2 minutes? That means we're holding everybody on ground. Oya ń gbọ́ yín. Mo ní nọ́mbà yẹn lọ́wọ́ so ẹ jẹ́ n wò. Okay, a moment tó sọ̀rọ̀. But make it snappy. Okay. All right. Okay. All right then. Let's go straight to the next caller. Tí bá fẹ́ lọ, wá lọ. Tá bá náà wọ́n lọ, kò sí nǹkan tá máa ṣe sí. I mean, we respect every part of the other country that wants to leave, but if they don't want to leave, there's not much we can do. Hello, Ekaros sórí ètò.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yín sà.
Àwa ni ẹ. Àmín.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká team up pẹ̀lú àwọn other group tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká team up nítorí pé ojoojúmọ́ láàrin tí wọ́n ń gbé trailer. Tí wọ́n fi trailer kó àwọn èèyàn wọlé. Even lẹ́yìn gan mo rí fídíò tẹ̀síà, wọ́n fi trailer kó àwọn èèyàn wọlé everyday and àwọn ọlọ́pàá wọn ò sọ anything. So mo gbọ́ statement kan. Ó ní kankan tí àwọn army máa ń lò statement kan tó máa ń lò wọ́n ní strategic reduction tó máa pa 10 lẹ́nìí tó pa 5 lọ́la gbogbo 50 million tá à ń claim yẹn a rí pé àtó nǹkan kan mọ́ ṣé ń gbọ́ mi sà a rí pé àtó nǹkan kan mọ́ so the time ní ìsinmi pé ká divide àwọn warriors wa ká mú map ká divide àwọn warriors wa sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá a ní I'll go this way. So divide gbogbo àwọn warriors wa sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ tá a ní tábà máa sanwó fún wọn bí àwọn ESN ṣe so be it.
All right.
So that's why so nǹkan tí mi ń rò nìyẹn.
Okay. All right. Ẹja fẹ́ lómìnà láyé ká tún gbọ́ nǹkan tí ẹlòmíì náà tún rò olúkálukú ló ní different idea different opinion. Hello caller. Ẹ bá mute the background.
Hello.
Ẹ bá mute the background.
Hello.
Ẹ káàlọ́.
Yeah, ẹ kálẹ́. Yeah. Kárẹ́dì àwọn kì í pè. Mr. Badmus lórúkọ mi. Inú mi dùn gan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe dá arákùnrin ẹ̀kan ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fèsì fún gbogbo nǹkan tó béèrè. They should know that this program is mainly for the Yorubas. So ẹni tó bá fẹ́ máa ṣe program tiẹ̀, àwọn tiẹ̀ ti ń ṣe wọ́n ti agitate for decades. They never included Yoruba in the agenda.
Ẹ má ẹ̀ka tètè lọ sí ìyẹn kọ́lá bá wá sábì bẹ̀ lálẹ́ bàbá mi ẹ ṣàrà ẹ fi èmi ti answer ẹ ṣàjẹ́ ká focus ká má tún lose direction. Ẹ fi ẹ sílẹ̀.
Ó ti dá abẹ́yẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fún lẹ́sì. So ó lọ́kùn wọn kò tí wọ́n máa sọ ẹ ṣe.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. I've already answered that caller and then we should just respect that and leave it. So humanity náà là ń jà fún but ẹni tó bá ti ready tó fẹ́ lọ ọ̀hún náà máa gbé àwọn èèyàn kan wọ́n máa gbé àwọn èèyàn wọn dìde tó máa jà. Hello caller.
Hello, Koiki. This is Olajunke from USA. Thank you so much. God bless you. Been following you since all this. Thank you for your good work. You know what? Because I'm a professor anyway. Can you imagine irú ìdọ̀tí tí àwọn olórí wa ń kó wá sí? Tí àwọn Fúlàní olóòórùn, àwọn oníkẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀, àwọn onítọ́, ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó ń sọ. So àwọn bàbá wa tó yẹ kó jẹ́ bàbá fún wa, tó yẹ kó dúró lórí ẹsẹ̀ wọn. Wọ́n lọ rá bàbá níwájú Hausa Fúlàní onídọ̀tí dé. Kí ni Hausa gbé fún Yorùbá? Irú kí ló dé gan? Irú ẹrú òun kó Yorùbá sí irú ẹrú òun kó sí ọlọ́gbọ̀n. Ṣé bá a sọ pé ọmọ akíkanjú lọmọ Yorùbá? How come ṣe pé àwọn bàbá àgbàlagbà àwọn bàbá òsì wọ̀nyí àwọn ni wọ́n kó ìdọ̀tí lọ wá pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe pẹ̀lú everything. Look at you, a young man like you left your base, went home doing this kind of rigorous work. Ẹ̀wọ̀n nǹkan táwọn ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí onídọ̀tí Garba Shehu tó ń sọ lẹ́nu. My dear brother, nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn. Orí mi kàn ń gbóná ni bí mo ṣe ń gbọ́ mo ní mo gbọ́dọ̀ dá sọ́tò ìlàlẹ̀. Ó dàárọ̀, God bless you.
Gbogbo ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò bá ká lára then mo mọ tó tún fẹ́ ká wa lára because we are already going out but we need to be prepared more for this journey out. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ brother mi ṣẹlẹ̀.
Adúgbò fọlọ́.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ṣe rí because ṣe mọ̀ nínú nǹkan tá a bá ń ṣe in this struggle la máa ti ń rí àwọn kankan ṣe mo kankan sí orí page mi nínú àwọn kan tí mo wá kọ yẹn àwọn response tí mo get níbẹ̀ mo padà rí wípé àwọn àgbà ìyà àwọn àgbà òṣì àwọn àgbà olórí burúkú tó yẹ pé ayé wọn ó ti yẹ pé generation wọn ti bàjẹ́ ṣe ibi tí kìíní lọ tó bá jẹ́ bàbá mi gan ló fẹ́ mú mi lọ́wọ́ dání ọ̀láì tẹ́lẹ̀ ìbílẹ̀ làzí mo ready láti pa because ṣe rí àwọn pípì wọn rí ó dà pé ṣe rí nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n bọ́ nǹkan táwọn olórí burúkú wọn tó fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ Tinubu kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n tiẹ̀ rí future kankan fún wa rárá tọ̀ future tá a dẹ̀ sọ yìí dẹ́kẹ̀rẹ́ kò ń ṣe future mi àtẹ̀yìn o future àwọn ọmọ tó wà lẹ́yìn because for how long are we going to continue with all of this rubbish? The rubbish kan tí màá kàn sọ mo sọ ọkọ lórí kíní ẹ mo kàn ọkọ sórí kíní ẹ mo ní gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá tó ṣe pé ẹnu pé àwọn tí wọ́n believe in one Nigeria ìgbé ìgbẹ̀yìn ayé wọn bí tí bàbá gíga ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe máa rí ìgbà tí màá tó máa padà tó máa reply ó ní back to sender mo ní kó lè back to sender tó pé kí ni àgbàyà ni yín olórí burúkú ni yín
àwọn lọ́kọ́ wa sí problem tàwa ní ẹ̀ àwọn ni.
Báwo lè ṣe máa kọ̀ wọ́pọ̀ kí pé ẹ fi àwọn ìran yín ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀.
They're careless. All this, they're bastards.
Mr. Koiki, not until
lórí burúkú ni gbogbo
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ́ máa nà wọ́n. Ibi tí bọ́ọ̀lù wa ti wá.
Ní láti pariwo yẹn.
Ìṣòro Hausa nìkan rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ tí Hausa ò bá rí anybody tó fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ nínú àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn nígbà tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ nà wọ́n mọ́nú ilé tá a tiẹ̀ mọ̀ tá a ṣí apá ẹlòmíì nínú wọn ìgbà yẹn náà máa tó mọ̀ pókè pé kíní yóò kí n ṣe ṣeré ẹ ṣe Mr. Koiki, thank you very much.
Tọ́ba fíò pé ìtagbé dání à ń ṣeré ni pé bí a kàn wá sórí show à ń ní káwọn èèyàn máa pè ẹ̀kíní kan ẹ rò pé mo fi base mi sílẹ̀ tí mo ní comfort láti wá jókòó sísàlẹ̀ ẹ rò pé orí mi ò pé ẹ rò pé orí yìí kò pé rárá a kọ̀ kúrò inú ibi tó dùn tó ní ìrìn àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ a wá jókòó sí bíbà àwa náà ń ṣeré ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ kankan eré yẹn àjọ máa ṣe ni eré yẹn àjọ máa ṣe ni èyí tí mo lè ṣe fún yín ní bíbà àní lè ṣe lókè lọ́hùn ó wà lára ta wá sísàlẹ̀ fún un èyí ta lè ṣe ní bíbà tìbí gbàtà náà fẹ́ jo embassy àwọn ní Koiki máa jo àwa la ní embassy yẹn mo ní àti gbọ́ àwa la ní bọ́ ti sàlẹ̀ ìtọ́bọ̀ wọn la lè ṣe nísàlẹ̀ torí pé àwa la wà nísàlẹ̀ nísìn because ìta wà lókè lọ́hùn yẹn ó níwọ̀nba náà ta tún lè bá wọn fà lọ́hùn bọ́ ní àlẹ́ ní bíbà gbogbo nǹkan la lè bára wa fà ẹ wojú mi dáadáa ẹ wo kò ń ṣe mo bẹ̀rù any one of you àfi Elédùmarè nìkan ni mo bẹ̀rù a dẹ̀ láwọn tó jẹ́ pé àsìkò yẹn ẹja máa bá awareness yẹn lọ bá ṣe ń bá lọ awareness tá à ń ṣe yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká máa bá lọ The Ondo rally has been postponed till next month. Kajeki awenye ko kọjá díẹ̀. I think the E4 will be holding their own over the weekend. So the rally, I'm not sure, maybe some are pulling out because of the the Ramadan and all that. Ẹ tún jẹ́ kí Ramadan yẹn kó lọ tán. A ti sọ fún yín, ẹ má dá àwọn ọmọ tó ń lọ ṣe rally, ẹ má dá wọn dúró for any reason. Don't stop them because our constitution Nigeria mọ̀. For me, èmi ò mẹ́tẹ́lómi o, constitution Nigeria kò hold me more. I don't know about any other person. That constitution does not hold me in this contraction. Èmi ò sí nínú constitution yẹn mọ́. Ibi tá ti máa bára wa fa wàhálà nìyẹn. That constitution is no longer for me. Ìta bá fẹ́ fà la máa fà délẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá feel pé I have come down to joke. That joke yẹn àjọ máa rí. That joke, àwọn ní kò lè ṣe irọ́ ló ń pa ó kàn dẹnu ni. Okay. Ẹnu London àbí ṣebí mo ti wà nísàlẹ̀ mo sí lókè mọ́ ṣebí gbà tí mo wà lókè lẹ́nu ẹnu London àtijọ́ wà nísàlẹ̀ nísìn àtijọ́ wọ ṣòkòtò kan náà ẹ̀yin gan ní nísinmi. Take more calls. +447594050979. Hello caller. Hello caller. Ẹ bá fi pé bóyá ìlú òyìnbó ni mo ṣe wà èyí tí mo lè ṣe nílùú òyìnbó àti tí mo lè ṣe ní bíbá ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni ẹ̀yin fẹ́ gbádùn ẹ fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wa máa sọ́fà lójoojúmọ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò my brother.
Good morning.
Nǹkan tí bàbá wa sọ. Good morning. I'm calling from the United Kingdom. Nǹkan tí bàbá wa sọ, no going back. Yorùbá nation or nothing. Because our people, no. My brother, no going back. Yorùbá nation or nothing.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Yorùbá nation or nothing.
Yorùbá nation or nothing. Nǹkan tó bá gbà la máa fún. Ó kọ́ mi ní Ọ̀túnba Joe.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an Ọ̀túnba. Ẹ ṣé gan-an sir.
Àwọn people contraction. Nigeria is a scam. Nigeria is a scam. Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n, olórí burúkú àwọn wèrè. Wọ́n ní sórí gẹ́gẹ́ bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ yẹn. Àwọn olórí burúkú. Ẹ̀yin àwọn lọ China, ẹ lọ ń kọ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí wá ní China kó wá jẹ engineer. A ní Yorùbá engineers, a ní Igbo engineers, a ní TIV engineers. My brother say, the nation wise, wọ́n bá ṣe, wọ́n ti já wèrè. Nigerian condition is a scam ṣe. Èmi gan bọ̀ lé àní pé wọ́n ti já wèrè gbogbo wọn, àwọn olórí burúkú. Wọ́n ní sórí rẹ̀. Àwọn people yìí wọ́n wá sọ àwọn ìyá wa àwọn àbúrò wa àwọn bàbá wa àwọn kí ni wọ́n.
All over the world à ń tàràkà káàkiri à ń tàràkà. No respect for any Yoruba sons and daughters across the world.
London, UK tí èmi àti yín jọ ń gbé ṣé ààrẹ bí wọ́n ṣe rí Germany, America gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn olórí burúkú wọ́n á sọ pé British àti British nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé a máa bá wọn fà
no Yoruba nation, no Nigeria. Ìkànnì méjèèjì ni. No Yoruba nation, no Nigeria. No Yoruba nation, no Nigeria ni.
Àní nǹkan tí bàbá wa tó yẹn sọ àti bàbá wa Sunday Igboho Yoruba nation or nothing.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àtẹ̀fẹ́ gbọ́ anything. Ẹ jẹ́ àmà lọ, tá bá ṣe peacefully, dédé, and negotiate. In tó bá jẹ́ tí àfún yín in tó bá jẹ́ tí wá gbèsè tá bá jọ jẹ́ àjọ separate tí bá fẹ́ lọ Kánò kí n gba visa wọlé bọ̀ pé kẹ́ wá sọ pé yẹn no nígbà kíníkan ẹ̀yin lè wà ní power àfi yín pé Elédùmarè ló ní power ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ ní power.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ọlọ́run
ló ní power. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ lọ fọkàn yín balẹ̀ Ọlọ́run nìkan ló ní power.
I'm calling from mo ń pè yín láti United Kingdom. Eléyìí a máa kú di ní sẹ́ nǹkan tó bá gbà la máa fún àwọn olórí burúkú.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Mo tún sọ sẹ́ wọ́n ní sórí rẹ̀.
Ẹ sọ gbogbo àánú bí òkò kíyàn jáde nílùú ẹ̀ 17 years 16 years 34 years kò lè padà sílé ẹ wá ní káwa má defended ẹ jẹ́ ká defended so that ọmọ mi ò tún ní máa ṣe 34 years níta kó tó wá sí ìlú ẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ò tẹ kò tẹ̀lé gbọ́rùn ibi táwọn bàbá ẹ̀ ibi tó sọ́ọ́rì bàbá ẹ̀ sí kí ló dé.
bàbá mi my brother said ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń dùn èmi mi ìfẹ́ ágì pẹ̀lẹ́ ní ìfẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ àníṣe nǹkan tí bàbá wa ń sọ.
ẹ̀rù pa máa sọ gbogbo ta fẹ́ ṣe màá sórí social media Koiki a máa ṣe báyìí o báyìí la fẹ́ ṣe o.
ẹgbọ́ ìjọ ti.
a máa ṣe ó wà nínú orí inú orí ló wà gbogbo ta fẹ́ ṣe a ní láti máa sọ yẹn awareness là ń create ṣe rí gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ṣe ń sùn là ń tà láti fi ọwọ́ ọ̀tún fi gbá orí yín kẹ́ lè dìde dáadáa so that kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé in tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí kò ń ṣe ṣeré.
mo lọ sí South Africa ní 2013 mo rí South Africa pé kí ni bó ṣe rí mo ti lọ sáwọn ìlú mo ti Dubai mo ti lọ sí láti ní London iná mo ti lọ sí so many places kí ló dé Nàìjíríà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. ẹja fẹ́ lómi láyé ẹ ṣé gan bàbá mi. Thank you very much to my last call. I really enjoyed that call. Let's go now. 149. Larry from France has been trying to get through, and you are now live with us. Hello, good morning, Larry. I think Larry's network is not going through. Hello, Larry. Okay, let's go back to London. I think I have Mr. Shehu there. Hello, good morning. Okay, Utilo. Okay, Larry, I've picked you up earlier, but you're not coming in. Hello, Larry.
Yeah, mo ti jà àti ìfà mo wọlé tẹ́lẹ̀, but mo rí pé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ́wọ́, so kìdí yẹn já dànù. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
Àwọn nìyẹn.
Yeah. Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ? Mi ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe most of àwa Yorùbá. Àwọn kan fà wá sẹ́yìn pẹ̀lú àwọn statement rádaràdà tó ń sọ tó bá ti ẹjọ́ tó bá ti kọ̀ tó bá ti ń fà wá sẹ́yìn tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá ká mú ẹnìkan ká mú tribe kan ká ṣe kiri ẹjọ́ ẹ cut wọn off straight ẹjọ́ nítorí ẹ drop kọ wọn straight kò kí ń ṣe pé tìjà bọ̀ ẹjọ́ ó dàbí pé kò tí ì yá wọn yẹn ó dàbí pé wọn ò follow wa ẹjọ́ ẹ drop wọn straight ṣé wọ́n lè lọ sórí Biafra radio ká máa sọ fún Kanu pé kó pe Yorùbá àbí kó pe Tiv àbí kó pe Ìgalà ṣé ó lè máa sọ fún báyẹn so ẹjọ́ torí ọlọ anybody tó bá ti pè tán bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó mú ọpọlọ wá ẹjọ́ ẹ cut wọn straight tán bá torí to me ó dàbí wọn ọ̀rọ̀ tán sọ I'm not sorry to say it kò mú ọpọlọ wá because ẹ tó bá ń follow struggle yìí bọ̀ láti bóyá even the beginning of this year tí yóò follow ẹ̀gán láti bóyá bí last year or 2 years ago tó ń pè láti beginning of this year ó yẹ kó ti yé this time around ó yẹ ká act as zombie ni ṣáwọn èèyàn kí n wo fíìmù zombie ni. This time around, we can zombie man one way one intipela fi kọrin time lo yẹ ká hack tẹ kò kì í ṣe àwọn sójà ló yẹ kó hack tẹ àwa gangan ló yẹ ká hack tẹ ẹsẹ zombie nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí it is not for any other person náà ṣe bí torí tiwa ni èmi tí mo wà níbà yìí of course mo school bíbà yìí ni mo máa ń sọ kinní yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà dáa ni Nàìjíríà ló yẹ kí n to school kí n enjoy everything kí náà kọ́ wa ń bíbà yìí tí máa ń lọ ní street in fact ìgbà mi wà tó yẹ pé ìgbà tí wọ́n kọ́ lórí ìbáyìí fún àwọn èpè ni wọ́n kọ́ ṣẹ́ fáwọn leaders wa èpè ni mò ń ṣẹ́ ìgbà tram ló ń kọjá lọ yìí train nílé yìí everything nílé yìí àwọn èèyàn live comfortable ebi kò sí èlò náà ta bread €1 èlò náà ta chicken €3 full chicken maximum is €6 kò ní dá fáwọn leaders yẹn lágbára ọlọ́kùn dẹ̀ ní yẹ wọn ẹ̀dùn ẹni tó bá ti pè tí ò bá tọ́rọ̀ ò bá ti yé tí ọ̀rọ̀ struggle yóò bá ti ẹjọ́ nítorí ọlọ́ ẹ má wulẹ̀ waste time yín ẹ má wulẹ̀ ẹ má ṣẹ́rí ó dà pé bí ìgbà tí ẹ pé ẹ kàn tún wọ́n kàn tún máa dá another thing sílẹ̀ ni ẹ má wulẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ojú ẹ má wulẹ̀ ẹ kàn kọ́ tẹ ẹni yẹn ni ẹ fi ṣèkà ẹ kàn kọ́ ti fún ẹjọ́ nítorí ẹ kọ́ ti fún àti kò ní máa discourage àwa ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́ni discourage ẹ má yẹ kán fà wá sẹ́yìn àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé àwọn kan ṣe rí ẹjẹ kí n lọ gbọ́ fún bàbá àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè fà wọ́n létí tó kẹ́ fi ọwọ́ méjì fà wọ́n létí wàhálà ẹ̀wọ̀n lè gbọ́rọ̀ láéláé àwọn kan wà báyìí wọn lè gbọ́rọ̀ láéláé so ó normal tí wọ́n bá kó èèyàn 100 jọ a sì máa rí èèyàn 10 tó yẹ pé wọ́n sì máa ṣe the other thing tó sọ fún ọ pé a ní kíní yìí ẹ̀ka ọ̀ a ní o bí náà sì máa sọ fún pé kì í ṣe bí tàbí kó sọ fún kó o dorí pé a kọ́ lè léyìn náà ṣe bí kíní yìí doríkodò kò dẹ̀ doríkodò ẹ̀jọ̀ nítorí anybody tó bá ti pè tó ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ò bá ti bá ṣọ́ọ̀bù yìí mu ẹ̀jẹ̀ cut it off ẹ ṣé bàbá.
Thank you very much. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá lálùbáríkà that is my mother. I can spot her on one of the broadcasts on this side. I think she's watching from, I think that's Olayomi Koiki. Mo kí Ìyálálù Barika. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nínú àwẹ̀ àárí ẹ̀yìn oṣù ni wọ́n máa ń sọ. Let us emphasize, we should not assume. This is meant to be like a day off. But I decided to come out to respond back. Kí Garba ṣe olè mọ̀ pé àwọn ṣe brown envelope journalist, and we are not going to sit back. A lè má ní láti respond sí, but kókó lè mọ̀ pé ìtẹ́ à ń sọ yẹn ó ti ń dọ́dọ̀ yín, but a máa respond sí padà pé ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa. Fulani Hausa did not colonize us, so why should we plead with them? A máa yọ jìgá kúrò lẹ́sẹ̀. It's just a matter of time. People are saying, 120 days, kinikan days. I said it. Things will change as we move into this movement. Hello, what we started last year. What we started last year is different from this year. I think le poster káàkiri nísìnyí. Káwọn dá wa dúró pé ká má le poster. I think pé flyer. Àwọn èèyàn tí ń jáde fún rally. Àwọn ṣe stop wa pé ká má ṣe rally. Wọ́n ṣe stop rally Ìbàdàn. Ẹgbọ́n sókè. Gbẹ̀dú mò ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀kalẹ̀.
Ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀kú ṣe takuntakun. Ẹ wo bí máa ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ inú kan bí èmi tí mo wà yìí. Ẹ mọ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sá. Àwọn Yorùbá máa ń sọ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ní sùúrù máa ń tún ṣe. Kò yẹn ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ní sùúrù máa ń bàjẹ́. The more bá ṣe ní sùúrù fún àwọn pípọ̀ yìí, wọ́n máa take it for granted. Tábà ti dáná já ìkànnì wọn ní bí ọlọ́pàá ló ṣe rádaràda ni àbí sójà ló ṣe ló mess up ni wọ́n á mọ̀ pé are serious because now constitution 1999 yẹn ó ti wà void
it's no longer working.
Yeah, it's no longer working. So no, ní láti máa jẹ́ kí àwọn Fúlàní yẹn máa yìn fẹ́ẹ̀bì ilẹ̀ wa gbogbo seaport everywhere àwọn Fúlàní yẹn ló wà ń bẹ̀ and na sọ pé constitution yẹn ti wà void and these useless people Fulani they keep on killing our family. Want to invade our forest wa about tí àbá ṣe nǹkan kan fún wọn kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ti ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n ṣe àwọn take wa for granted. Gbogbo sùúrù tá a ṣe níyẹn tí bàbá tó yẹ nǹkan máa ní ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ akadé kọ́ba mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan ní sùúrù máa yanjú kò yẹn ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ní sùúrù máa tún ṣe. Tábà take action tábà react wọn not be as serious nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn sir ẹ máa bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lọ.
Let's see if I can bring my brother Bedu into the show. I think he's been trying to get through. Anisuru, because we bring the media guy in, and then Anisuru, I have to bring Bedu in first. That's why I'm not taking calls. Because as a media, we bring the media in. Also, before Bedu comes in, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn group tí wọ́n fi 10 walkie-talkie. He's one of our brother in US. The walkie-talkie was delivered to me this afternoon, or this evening rather. Anisuru Bedu. So adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. I'm going to show, what it looks like while my brother Bedu, takes on for like maybe a few minutes. Egbo's okay.
Yeah, brother, me, I well, ọlọ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹjọ́ ẹ̀rí gbé o. Mo fẹ́ lo opportunity kí n sọ fún ẹni pé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n mú ọmọ Gani Adams tí wọ́n kó ọmọ OPC tí wọ́n kó wọ́n sì wà nínú prison and we need to join hands together to bring them out. Àmọ́ pàtí fílẹ̀ fún
kí ni bàbá wa ibà Gani Adams sì ṣe láti jọ ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ release wọn.
One is doing it on his own. Everybody will see. So when they call attention, Miss Leni, Baba Gani ti náwó, ó ti gba lawyer, ó ti ṣe everything. We need to do something about it. At least we have to start talking about them. And then what is fighting one kó lọ sí Ondo prison. One of the charge wọn fún murder. So we need to start working on that. Come on, Dale. Baba Gani Adams nìkan lọ́wọ́ because I think so last year Gani Adams sort it out but other pay is getting bigger for him or the government is not listening to him. So on that one, we now say that, okay, let's start talking about it. Some of them are poor, let's say prison. Ghanaian Adams, you know, we need more than 500,000 people. They have to bring them out, call through the your courts, because they are going to court at least 20-something, 20 or 25 teacher. They are going to take them to court. But mo fẹ́ lo platform yìí pé kájọ kí gbogbo wa ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀, because kì í ṣe Ghanaian Adams nìkan ló affect. Àwọn tó kó bàbá somebody ní ìyàwó ọkọ somebody dẹ̀ ni wọ́n Oòduà dẹ̀ ló ń jà fún, kì í ṣe Ghanaian Adams ló ń jà fún. So we need to all support him and now make sure that we bring them out of prison. So nǹkan mi ṣe torí ẹ̀ pé ní
Okay then. Let's go straight to the next caller. We'll talk about that in just about a few minutes. Plus 4475 940 50979. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello,
Mr. Wood. Hello?
Go ahead. Etiwale, make it quickly.
Ọ̀tá tó máa fún wa ṣe o. Ṣé rí ẹjẹ mú lọ tí ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa tán sọ̀rọ̀, so bí wọ́n ṣe sọ gẹ́lẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, so kí gbogbo ọ̀nà tá a bá lè gbà, so kí ká gbìyànjú gbogbo ọ̀nà. Lóòótọ́ bàbá wa Gani Adams sọ pé èrò pọ̀ lẹ́yìn rẹpẹtẹ. Eléyìí náà ó máa fi jẹ́ àpẹẹrẹ ńlá fáwọn náà pé àṣẹ bó ṣe rí ní ìṣó àgbájọwọ́ ìlà fi sọ̀yà. So lágbára Ọlọ́run ìrọ̀rùn náà ni ó jẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ń lọ. So àwọn brothers mi tán sọ̀rọ̀ síwájú, ṣe rí a need láti ẹni tí ò bá yé little time náà ni, kò ń ṣe pé bóyá a máa sọ pé kí ẹni tí ò yé kó máa gba time wa jù tàbí kán máa dá wa padà sẹ́yìn. I need each and every person tó bá sáà ti ní interest, tó bá wà confused tí ò bá yé, ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó yé ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. So ìyẹn nìyẹn. Ṣé wàá rí gbogbo tó ní struggle pé látòrí bàbá wa Akíntóyè, gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ń sọ lá advice fún wa, ó ní ti legal way táwọn ń gbà, kì í ṣe àwọn nìkan, iṣẹ́ ń lọ gidi. Àwọn lawyers wà tí wọ́n ń tẹ gbogbo ẹ̀ lójú, tí wọ́n ń fèsì àwọn colonial master tó yẹ pé àwọn gangan òun ni wọ́n wà behind the scene lórí everything bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rántí àwọn Freemason o. Àwọn Freemason ni àwọn people yà, àwọn náà wà behind everything. Àwọn bá ṣe ń change, àwọn bá ṣe máa ń change nǹkan, bá ṣe máa ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. So ní legal way yẹn ọ̀nà ńlá ni. Ṣé wàá tọ̀nà tẹ̀yìn aṣíwájú ogun wa? Anything tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe, ẹ máa ṣe lọ, kò sí pé iye ká wá wò pé báyìí pé bóyá ẹni tí wọ́n ń sọ ló stop ń tẹ̀yìn sí. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Bàbá náà ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé gbogbo gúrùpù orí ẹnu Yorùbá ó kù, kí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa dáhùn, kí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa dáhùn. Ṣé bí rìsọ́ọ̀tì là ń rí? Bàbá Akíntóyè ti sọ síwájú pé rárá kò sí èèwọ̀ nínú pé eléyìí ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀, eléyìí ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀. As long as tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ọ̀nà kan náà la dojúkọ, bí brọ́dà mi yẹn ṣe sọ pé so ń bí one way náà ni, one way yẹn náà la face. Ṣé wá rí ẹ tún já ká máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé àwọn nǹkan tó ń jáde sí wa ní ìsìn a ní ìdí ẹ̀. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn traitor tí àwọn olójú kan ń lò, Freemason UK, gbogbo ẹ̀ orúkọ tí wọ́n ń jẹ́nu, ní tó bá wù mí mo lè pè wọ́n the same thing ni. Ìyẹn dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kó wà clear sáwọn nǹkan tí ò bá tún wá yé. Tí o bá pèrè Mùsùlùmí sẹ́yìn gbàgbé Antichrist, tó bá pèrè tẹ̀sán àgbàgbé Antichrist tọ́lọ́ ló ń bọ̀ ni. Tẹ́ ó bá jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí, ṣé àgbàgbé Dàjà àtọ́nà ló ń bọ̀ ni? Tá a bá jẹ́ onífá, ṣé gbogbo àwọn olùfá tó ti wà, tó ti ṣàlàyé gbogbo orú nǹkan bá ń àgbàgbé ni? So the same way ni a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé òkè ibi tí wàhálà wa wà, àwọn olójú kan ni, àwọn Britons ni, àwọn Americans ni, gbogbo ẹ̀ ni, kò sí hidden place nígbà ìlú wọn dá kọ́ ní issue yìí o. So àwọn tó ń lò láàrin wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ní ìsìn pé gbogbo wọn ti ń jáde. Garba ṣe wú ìsìn is nothing. Àwọn tí ó jẹ́ bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń fojú hàn gangan, àwọn gangan òun ni àwọn Britons yìí ń lójú fún wa, tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa, tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí wa, that is tó ń tí kàyẹ́ fi ń dán lórí wa. So the Garba ṣe wú yẹn is nothing. so gbogbo tó ní àwọn bàbá tó wá ń jáde ọpẹ́ làwọn ẹdú lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ẹ wá dúró àwọn tó ti jáde tá a ti mọ̀ wọ́n lẹ́ni ibi àbí ìgbà tó náà ó yọ bàbá wa Gani Adams ebi wọn kọ́kọ́ fara pẹ́ wọn ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tó náà ní òun ó yọ wọn tó jẹ́ pé àjàjàgbara làwọn náà Ọlọ́run kàn ní kí gbogbo ẹ̀rí bó ṣe rí ni Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ dá wọn padà wá dẹ́gẹ́d sọ ọpẹ́ ní ká máa dú lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé àṣírí wọn ń tú sí wa lọ́wọ́ so bó ṣe jẹ́nu ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú ètò.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa tí wọ́n pè tán àti ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Gbẹ̀du tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀. Let's make this clear. When we started last year, at no point was I saying that we were going to go into force majeure. That means I have something that I was thinking on my own. So many people have different things that they're thinking. What I'm thinking is different from what you are thinking. Go back and review everything I've said. Ibitemi in law was that we will not hold any election in this country. And I still stand with that. Until the force majeure came in around December. So if you look at what we have been saying from around March to December, has been a consistent message. But the question then was, how are we going to execute by not allowing election to hold? That, I said, is something I will keep in my stomach. Some of them probably maybe what you're saying now. When I came to the country, we do posters, we started pushing things out. And that is not going to be the end result of that. So the force majeure came in just as at the time táwa náà sọ pé àníṣe election bá ṣe níṣe election yìí ẹ̀yin ò ní láti béèrè yẹn ẹ má worry nípa yẹn. By trying to think about that, your brain will go bust because èmi nìkan ni mo mọ tí mo lè ṣe ní àyà tèmi o. So when the first majeure came in, we are fighting for the same message. We also embrace it. So ẹ má fi sọ pé torí bí bàbá náà ṣe sọ tọ́lẹ̀ nǹkan pé wọ́n tún fún ọ ní 120 days. Go back. Last year, àwọn ọmọ yẹn ní art láti ti jáde pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ máa ṣe rally débi pé àwọn máa káàkiri. Some of you will still respect the Nigerian constitution, not some of us anymore. And that's the fact. Nobody can hold us, can stop us using that country's constitution. Ayé àdágbà bá wàhálà sílẹ̀ ní moment yẹn ni tí gbogbo yín máa gbọ́ tẹ́ máa rí live. And they know that because the government is watching every sentence, every word that we utter. And they know what we can trigger. Forget about gbogbo 10 times pé wọ́n lágbára wọ́n take it. Forget gbogbo yẹn. Ẹ̀yẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀. Because I have said it. The government is not bigger than a state in the southwest. I want to tán wọn níjà. But if I have to go out now and a police officer asks me to stop for what purpose? Kí ni reason the vehicle stop? I'm not embarking on that constitution. And that is the message that we are taking to our people so that we can bring them on board. And that is why we are talking about the radio, so that we can use the radio to send the powerful message right to the bottom. So ẹ má fi wò pé 120 days. No. The picture of Ninas bringing the first majeure was never part of our conversation from last year. So we never gave a time frame of when we will execute, when we will stop, or when we will definitely come out officially out of Nigeria. So, but the question a lot of you wants to know is, when would the full stop happen? It would happen when the anarchy kicks in. And I'm sure gbogbo ilẹ̀ mọ̀ tán pè ní anarchy. the anarchy stage. It will get there. Before the end of the year, I can assure a lot of you that things will not go, hey, biggie, baga, those bars. Oh, mashele. Then the international community will know that we are not joking. Not Nigeria anymore. Because now that they are looking at us, they think that we are trying to stop a democracy that is happening in Nigeria when everybody knows that the democracy is a fraud. Some of us are more determined than each other. While some of us will go the full force. We will not be intimidated by anybody, not even the governor of the state. Kakaka will intimidate one, Aya intimidate one. When we told them to release those boys, and when she might release one, Kawa sọ pé láti federal, wọ́n ní kó má release one, Kawa won't lè ṣe. Wọ́n ní dánwò ló bí yọ kéré. Nígbà tí mo wá, tí mo ní release àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Tí bàbá wa Chief Sunday Igboho dẹ́ pè sí pé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá release wọn. Àwọn ṣe sọ pé federal inspector general police o wọ́n ní kó má release àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Kó wá mọ́ta lè ṣe. Àwọn náà mọ́ta lè ṣe. So everybody's there. We are playing what they call cat and mice. But our mafia break you see at some stage. But before we put a break to it, we want to make sure that our people are equipped. These are part of the equipped that we're talking about. Every single person must have something like this as equivalent to a mobile phone. Every single person must be able to have these. And that means, imagine we have these in their thousands. And that means whoever is calling the direct line, please do not do so. Because you are also, disturbing the broadcast. If you think about this, also, some of you always say, Kilalishe, get us a satellite telephone. Don't ask me how much. Any kind of find it out with about Inter. We are not joking with what we are talking about here. We are serious. So if people think that we're just but on this platform, we are not joking. I need to go on. We don't need a lot of people. We just need the dedicated team that are ready at the press of the button. Anywhere, keep press button here. Oh my down, oh my do. So it's nothing got to do with the first my join. I love my father, Professor Banji Akintoye. I've told him point blank. But we will make sure that we are fully prepared towards that. Well, about my satellite phone, 20 million pounds. Give us one each for all the states. Give us satellite phone. If you have to get it from the black market, go and get it because it don't come in Peru. Instead of asking too many questions, some of us are just doing Zoom meeting. Anytime for go yen. Kima joko sinu Zoom meeting 3 hours, 4 hours. Ibo le meeting anytime here. Timon joko ta plan ojoojúmọ́. Àwọn èèyàn wà ní sin tó yẹ pé they are on their way for different places. They are moving every day from one point to the other. Ẹ rò pé wọ́n ṣeré ni. Àwọn ọmọ fẹ́ lọ ṣògùn, wọ́n fẹ́ dira gidi. Ẹ rò pé wọ́n ní support wọn ni. Tẹ́yìn bá jókòó tẹ́ bá ń rò pé ẹ̀yin tá ṣe àwọn ẹ̀fẹ́ máa fi wá máa mu Guinness máa fi tayín máa fi jẹ toothpick ẹran. In tó wà nílẹ̀ ti kọjá gbogbo stage yẹn. àwọn ṣe hold àwọn ọmọ yẹn for the next one day kọ́ wa mọ tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ bí a ní shut down gbogbo Ogun State. So they're playing, they know. Ṣé gbogbo tí Inspector General Police àti Defence Minister tó ṣe pátápátá ló sọ ṣebí the Defence Minister was here ṣe bó wá sí Ìbàdàn some 3 weeks ago. Owó ṣe náà fẹ́ wá máa bọ̀ níbi táwa ń gbé pé kóhun tẹ̀ bó ṣe kó gbogbo force yẹn bọ̀ kọ́ wá máa bọ̀ ní Soka. Ẹ̀rọ pa ń bẹ̀rù wọn ni, we are not scared of them. Ó ti kọjá tẹ̀yìn rò yẹn. Ó ti kọjá ẹ̀. We will defend the land. Àwítán Lai Muhammed sọ pé àwa kan máa sá lọ padà tí wàhálà bá dé. Níbo la sá lọ? Àti sá lọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Kíyàn gbé nílùú kan for 22 years. Tó live in a country for 22 years. Ó wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilẹ̀ mi, ibẹ̀ lọ sọrí mi sí. Ṣé UK lọ sọrí mi sí? Ibi tó sọrí mi sí gangan lélẹ̀. So if you think that pé àwa kan máa sá lọ, orí ọ̀pẹ ni bàbá òde yẹn, orí ọ̀pẹ ni. Torí ẹ̀ bá pé ni kò mọ ọmọ Yorùbá tó ti sá lọ tó lè padà. Kàkàkà sá lọ ayé àjà gbogbo ẹ̀ tán dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú pátápátá àwọn kan ní nísinmi. So some of you just think that we are coming here. I don't know about other platforms, but look, the platform here, we don't need everybody. We need only few dedicated team. And I will be part of that team. I will be part of that team. We are Masalo. Àwa sálọ, máa sálọ fún Hausa Fulani. No, kí ló gbé dání? Ta fi sálọ fún wọn. Kí ló gbé dání? Ọkùnrin ni wọ́n, ọkùnrin lèmi náà. So tẹ́yìn kan bá ṣe feel pé, we are just, trying to, to bring the message sometimes in a very nice, cozy way. Ó ti kọjá gbogbo stage. Àwa ti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀yin lẹ ti kúrò. Àwa ti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, àwa ti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà tipẹ́tipẹ́. Ti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Tó bá bí Nàìjíríà dá kó wá ṣe worst ẹ̀ fáwa. Tó bá bí Nàìjíríà dá ni mo sọ kó wá ṣe worst wọn. Àwa ti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Tó bá mess up nínú Southwest, a mess wọn up padà. Tó bá mess up, a mess wọn up padà. So tabako rọra ń ṣe pé that's why I say kò lè ń ṣe script. Ẹ lọ sọ fún wọn. Ṣebí defence minister tó ṣẹ̀yàn yẹn. Ṣebí ó wá sí Ìbàdàn. Ṣebí ó wá sí Ìbàdàn. Kò ṣe lórí òun wá ta níbi tó ti wá sí Ìbàdàn yẹn. Kó wá ní àbóhùn ṣe ń bọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn convoy òun àwọn ọmọ ogun òun o. Káwọn ajé àmọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ máa bọ̀. A máa fi gbára wa ní. Let's take more calls. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Hey, the man boring. A lot to mute the background.
My name is Richard. I'm calling from the US.
Good morning.
I just wanted to bring to your attention, sir, that there is a way use Android phones and iPhones as walkie-talkie. So if you don't have enough actual walkie-talkies, you can actually use smartphones.
How many our people are in abject poverty? You have to mute the background. There's a lot of feed coming back from the background. You can't be hearing yourself and on the phone at the same time.
Actually, there's nothing in my background.
Okay. How many of our people have the smartphone? Àwọn tó ń lo fóònù tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. Ṣé mo phone tọ́n pè ní tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀? We are not, people are living in abject poverty. Don't look at it as the most poorest part of America or Canada. Our people are living in abject poverty. Poverty.
Yes, even at that, it's good. Knowledge is never a waste. So let's keep it.
Okay. Well, maybe if you can get a lot of smartphone, it can work. If you can get a lot of smartphone, but I'm talking about people that have Tonosobe. How are we going to use Tonosobe as a walkie-talkie?
Okay, that's fine. I'm saying that let's have that knowledge for those who do have the smartphones.
I mean, one ground is if you listen to the percentage of our Tony you saw is not even up to 1%. If it go for them so, and that means we're not going to get the conversation going. Cherry book with them so almost 4 years old. Nílùú òyìnbó, ó ti fi smartphone ṣeré. Ani tono sobe làwọn èèyàn ní lọ́wọ́. Anthony tono sobe fi gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ́mi sọ. Tono sobe is not going to work at this junction. And we go to the explanation. Nigeria can go blow anytime. Fact like lẹ́nu mi yẹn. Ó lè lọ boom anytime. Ṣé gbà tó bá lọ boom la ṣe máa sọ pé smartphone kíní kan. If ìbáwọn kan ló ra mẹ́wàá wá nísìn. 2 méjì ló wà nú ẹyẹ kankan. Mẹ́wàá dẹ̀ ni.
Èmi ò ní kẹ́wọ̀n yẹn máa rà. You're getting me wrong.
I'm not saying that.
You will still have the walkie-talkies.
Okay.
That is just.
Tàbá ti wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, a lè máa fi smartphone àti kíní yẹn ká máa fi ṣe walkie-talkie. I agree with you, that's fine. But yẹn máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà àti London, kò ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà. Fact lè gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi yẹn.
And the other thing is, kò need data.
Okay.
It's called mesh network.
All right.
To be our smartphones here, no more transmit data up to 200.
Ṣẹlẹ̀ lè tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn, ẹ kọ́ mi lẹ́yìn. A lè máa ṣàlàyé gbogbo yẹn lórí kíní, so ẹ kọ́ mi lẹ́yìn. So, all right. Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Sure.
All right.
Information
no problem. All right, that's fine. Ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọ̀yàn wa. I don't think people even know the situation on ground. If people know the situation, àwọn èèyàn rówó ra owó transport káwọn èèyàn wá ṣe rally kọ́ máa sunkún pé àwọn olówó tọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣeré àwọn sọ pé smartphone is expensive here. The cheapest one is about 20,000 naira. But láti fẹ́ rí 20,000 naira is about average 1 month salary, and they're not even paying those salaries to them. Our people are in the poverty stage. Understand? They are living in poverty. Poverty lawa. Okay, for the fact that we are sending money home to our loved ones does not mean it's like that. Tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ everybody low. Ẹ jẹ́ wo bí àmútẹ̀ rí tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn náà nìkan nínú yàrá mi báyìí. Nínú studio wa. Àwọn staff kan wọ́n ti sùn. Tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. Our people are so tẹ́bẹ̀ kò sẹ́rí gbogbo tẹ́sí sọ yẹn. In tó wà ń pẹ́ ni pé ẹ lọ gẹ́ẹ̀tì ilé tó pọ̀. Okay, get the satellite phone. Gbogbo Zoom meeting tẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn. Ẹ donate owó kẹ́ra satellite phone. Kẹ́ kó lé wa lọ́wọ́. So that we can be able to make use of it. Tó bá disconnect gbogbo network tí wọn, satellite phone will still work. But gbogbo pé I don't even understand that. I think some of us are living in a different world entirely. Àwa ti wà lójú ogun already o. Ẹ̀yin ò bá ti ṣe lójú ogun, àwa ti wà lójú ogun because we are preparing every day for the worst case scenario. Mo ń gbọ́ yín. Ṣé lórí program báyìí náà ẹ máa jẹ́ kó jẹ́ lẹ́yìn ètò okay yẹn yọ kúrò lórí speaker. Hello. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Babe. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. We need to go back on the air because we can't help people around or about the shape on them so can they not discuss it. All right then. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí ètò pẹ̀lú wa. When sometimes people call, they still want to have conversation that doesn't want it to come on air. But then tó bá ní nǹkan tó wà urgent, kẹ́rí tá bá parí ètò lọ́la kò ṣe lálẹ́ mọ́ òun ni kẹ́ pè wá. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ rí tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ yẹn, a máa fi tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ yẹn wọ̀nyí nísìn. The walkie-talkie, you can get it in any part of the world and get it across to us. Back on the day Saturday, be by about 10 of it in the box, 2 each. The one in there. So let's go and take more calls. Hello, caller.
Hello, Ikayala.
Sherry, tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ lélẹ̀. Tí bá sọ ẹni sùúrù ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, Sherry tán pè ní tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ ni. This is what your people are having. Ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ ní. Tí bá sọ pé tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀, this is what they call tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. So how do you compare this with this in 21st century? This is what our people are using. Tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. This is what they call tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. Ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Mo kàn fẹ́ kí náà ní pé ẹ kú iṣẹ́. So ẹ kú iṣẹ́ gidi gan ni mo kàn fẹ́ kí náà ni.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Kò tẹ́ ń ṣe lé gan ni wọ́n mú wá fún wa. It's the wrong one ni mo tún lọ mú. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi láti Dubai kọ́ lẹ́tí pé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ láti Dubai.
Dubai ni.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ dà.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Àwọn kan mọ̀ páwà tí wà lójú ogun ẹ̀yin rò pé ojú ogun làwa wà lẹ́yìn ọba sí lójú ogun nítorí pé wà ní ọdún yìí lọ́hùn. Hope he doesn't have any information next to it. This was delivered. Wọ́n ṣe delivered delay. Ẹni sùúrù ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè. Àwa tí wà lójú ogun anything can happen anytime. So ilẹ̀ tí sì lójú ogun and this is what we receive from a particular group. I'm not telling you what part of the world. I say thank you very much. It was well delivered to us. So, yes, I understand what the brother was saying. We can use a mobile phone, but how do you use a mobile phone with this? It's two different things entirely. This one is called Tonosobe, and this is what we need more. And the satellite phone as well. I get one satellite phone, even if you have to go to the black market. I might get it. Let it and get across to us. So this professional FM transceiver, whatever it's called. I don't know other ones as well. So anything can happen anytime. So we have to be prepared for the worst case scenario. Hello, caller.
Hello, yeah. Joe?
I can't even read all the comment again. Commenting, I'm not even saying comment. Mumbai, sir.
El Kusena.
How are you?
Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe. Àjàjà ìdè lẹ́lẹ́dẹ́.
Àmín.
Mo fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ bíi mẹ́ta. Ó dàbí pé number one, ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn mẹ́ta tí wọ́n mú yẹn. Lóòótọ́ ni ẹ jẹ́ kí á dàbí pé o máa bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ó dàbí pé a gbọ́dọ̀ dá sí.
A ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ máa wọ̀ a ṣiṣẹ́ lórí.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ lórí because kẹ máa jẹ́ kán mọ̀ wípé ìjà kan náà lájìjọ ń jà wípé àwọn tó ń pààyàn níbẹ̀ yẹn láti bí 10 years ago táwọn ọlọ́pàá ò lè mú táwọn sójà ò lè mú tí federal government ń báàkì wọn up àwọn ló mú wá fáwọn ọlọ́pàá wá hold wọn wípé wọ́n charge wọn for what and kán jẹ́ kán mọ̀ wípé constitution wọn yẹn ò ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Ó ti wà failed ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn.
Constitution wọn yẹn ò ṣiṣẹ́ sórí nǹkan tẹ́mi kan fẹ́ sọ ni pé ó dàbí pé Ìbà Gani Adams kò lè jìjà yẹn o because ó ti bá wọn jẹ nísìnyí tí ò ṣe lè fèsì wọn nìyẹn. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá yẹn tẹ̀ ń sọ tí wọ́n ń ṣe tí jọ́ọ̀tì tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lónìí tó kọ́ ọ̀kà yẹn exactly the same thing gbogbo wọn náà ti jẹjẹkújẹ gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re wọ́n ti jẹjẹkújẹ wọ́n ṣe láwọn ò support wa. So àdéhùn mo lè ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ọ̀nà tó lè gbégbà ni ẹ̀kọ́ lóhùn òun gbégbá ọ̀rọ̀ court wo ni constitution wo ni wọ́n lò constitution tó ti wà.
Fraudulent constitution tó wà.
The same thing tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ yẹn náà ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ Ṣòwòrẹ́ sì lọ kóòtù ní àná àbí ìjọ́wọ́.
Kàn waste time ààrẹ constitution.
Wọ́n kàn waste time ara wọn ni. Ní ìròpé Ìbà Gani Adams kan ṣe tán láti support wa fúlẹ̀. Tọ́ba rẹ́dí àti support wa fúlẹ̀ ó yẹ kó ti kó àwọn ọmọ 1,000 péré lọ sí police station bí tó bá wà tàbí kóòtù yẹn. Wọ́n tẹ̀ kó 1,000 débẹ̀ yẹn. Ọba náà níbọn kọ́ máa yìnbọn kọ́ jíjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ńbẹ̀.
I was still under constitution.
Ọmọ máa gbọ́ mi dẹ́yẹ.
Àwọn náà máa gbọ́. Ọ̀dà. Ọ̀dà, no problem. Ẹ ṣé gan ni torí àsìkò ká fún àwọn ẹlòmíràn ní àyè 2:20 right here. We are all gonna sacrifice. Like I said, oye kemi ma rest in sin, but we have to come out, when we have other pending serious issues. Kiru yẹn máa jáde kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ jábàjábá kó wá rò pé irú èmi ò ní jáde sí padà. Àwọn náà ń gbọ́ mi, so kọ́ lè lọ fún ní mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn. A máa kanra wa ní gbò láìpẹ́. Ẹ lọ mú yẹn dání. Ìgbà tó máa yá, ẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá rò pé àwa tí ojú ogun làwa wà báyìí. Ojú ogun, ẹ má kọ̀ rò pé torí because I come on every day. We are at war already. Because anything can happen at any time. And we are prepared for whatever wants to happen. So pé gbogbo tí a ṣe fi torí pé a ṣe wọ́n on air. But go, ṣẹ́rí gbogbo meeting dem máa ń ṣe Zoom meeting. Get us the right equipment at the right time now. Ṣé gbogbo àti gbogbo ẹ̀ bá ti di kàsàlà. And now Koiki, we still have the room now. Ìbáwọn náà ra nǹkan, ẹ̀rọ báwọn náà ra nǹkan, wọ́n ra nǹkan. They're buying stuff. But I mean, you don't talk. You see, you don't talk. You come I don't care whatever how much you sell it. So, like I said, it is not about the 120 days. It is about what we can do between 120 days. When we have all the right logistics, we have all the right stuff within us. They might not be able to go through some areas, but they might be able to push through some areas. So let's think about that. Oni bita ona le lo. Oni bita ona le lo. What are the bitu le lo? I feel with the military and the Nigerian government, they're not planning every day with their foreign 419 country called Great Britain. They're planning every day. They're planning every day. Kila le ṣe. Gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣe, ọ̀pọ̀ Ọlọ́run ó ká. Yes, like somebody saying, federal government is worried. That is why they're constantly having northern meetings every day. They are worried. Federal government is worried. And it's not our problem because we can settle this amicably and everybody have their share bit of whatever it is and we move on. At that time, we are having a new nation. But Nigeria ni. Hello, caller.
Good morning. I think at this stage today, you guys have proved that and joye máa sọ pé ẹjọ́ sá o ẹjọ́ ṣe kíní o òun gan ni kó wá yọjú padà sí kó padà wálé kó wá bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ ká yọ táìtù kúrò ká yọ gbogbo ẹ̀dá dànù tí iṣẹ́ ọ̀bá dẹ̀ ṣe kó já dànù kúrò ó ní láti wá darapọ̀ mọ́ ilé nísìnyí kó wá ṣiṣẹ́ àdọ̀rọ̀ àwọn governors wa ọmọ àlè ní gbogbo àwọn governors Yorùbá because wọn bá wú ọmọ àlè wọn ní fóúnjẹ ọmọ àlè lọ wọn màìtá máa bí kí lórúkọ Haúsá burúkú tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò ní sọ pé òun ti bèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn sọ pé àwọn support ọmọ àlè ni wọn olùṣe olórí burúkú ni wọn àbẹ àwọn bàbá yẹn nígbà tá a kéré sá kò ẹ́fà sí ọmọ kékeré tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àgbàlagbà àwọn ni wọ́n ń dá ṣe bọ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn wò wọn ni ó ti wá kan time ti wá ń sìn káwọn náà gbẹnu sọ́hùn kí wọ́n fi wá sílẹ̀ àjàgbára ló kàn sí kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sí tí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń sọ kí wọ́n gá kúrò a ò dá sọ̀rọ̀ wọn bàtà kéré náà kọ́ má dá sọ̀rọ̀ wa mọ́ níbi tí ó dé
ìwọ̀n kan dá sọ̀rọ̀ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ tó dá sí títí náà kọ́ ló kó adé ibi tá a wà yìí ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ wọ́n mọ tán ṣe wọ́n ti gbogbo wa jáde gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa wọ́n sọ wọ́n di ẹdun arún lẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó ní business àwa ló ń ṣẹ́wó lọ́wọ́ málà tó bá ń ṣe pé nǹkan ṣe wá àwọn ìyá wa lọ ń rajà wá lọ́ máa ṣẹ́wó lọ́wọ́ málà wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí central bank ọwọ́ málàlẹ̀ tí ń ṣẹ́wó ní ìlú òyìnbó ìlú òṣì.
Kóìkì tí aralé bá ní wá lára ó yẹ káwa náà ní aralé lára ẹ jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ fi kọ́kọ́ gbọ́n àbí méjì náà bàbá yẹn ṣé kò sóògùn kà mọ́ ni ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ wọn lọ́gbọ́n ká sí rúkọ́ tó bá kọ́ bọ́n àwọn bẹ̀rù tí wọ́n bá mú méjì balẹ̀ tí wọ́n kọ́ méjì wọ́n fi méjì jó oògùn tí wọ́n ta gbé orò tá aṣọ lórí fún méjì àwọn tó kù wọn lọ sẹ́ńpẹ́ àbí kí ni wọ́n ti ń pè é tábà ń kàn sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí wọ́n máa tún máa lọ sábùjá lọ́dọ̀ balẹ̀ wèrè àdẹ àwọn tó rí wọn ò pé bákan náà yẹn lórí ẹ wo ọ̀dẹ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ Haúsá yẹn ó ní ló fi sọ pé wọn ò ní gbówó síta mọ́ torí orí gbogbo wọn ò pé they all believe in kọ́ máa ha owó burúkú tó kó sápò owó gbogbo náà owó gbogbo èèyàn believe wọn yẹn so please ẹ jọ ẹ ká tẹ fi kan náà àwọn bàbá yẹn ká oògùn ọkà ẹ ká tẹ ṣe méjì bákan kí wọ́n gbìn kán gbìn. Thank you.
ẹ ṣe gan ni ṣe rí àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ àwọn èèyàn rò pé nothing is going to happen. ẹ ṣáàjẹ ká máa báwo ẹ ní ìsìn lọ nígbà tó bá máa happen a máa padà wá náà báyìí a sọ pé it don't happen. Boko Haram threatening Abi all over the country and nobody is saying anything. The government is even negotiating with them. Àwọn sọ pé a fẹ́ kúrò peacefully. Government àwọn sọ pé no. Àwa làwọn fi wá àwa lọ fi wá kan Ìgbò mọ́. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Àbí? .228. At exactly 3 o'clock, I'm going to bring the show to an end, but we still have some few more 32 minutes before the end of the broadcast. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Hello, Mr. Koiki. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ewu lẹ ṣiṣẹ́ wa.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn admin wa tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun lẹ́yìn. Thank you very much.
Hello.
À ń gbọ́ yín mọ̀.
Hello. Okay. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Wọ́n ní Tinubu ó ti lọ recruit àwọn Somalia wá torí kó sọ pé òun ò trust àwọn Yorùbá pa àwọn Yorùbá fẹ́ pa òun. Governor state Kano ti lọ bá recruit àwọn Somalia wá. So therefore mo suggest pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ní plan A and plan B. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ní plan A and plan B yẹn lèmi ní kémi put through. Wọ́n náwọn Somalia lọ ìkan wà nínú Aso Rock ìkan wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àwọn méjì. But wọ́n kó àwọn ọmọ Somalia bọ̀ Tinubu dẹ̀ ló wà ń di ẹ̀ so ẹ jẹ́ ká ní plan A and plan B ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ni mo ní kí n put to ẹ ṣe.
We must even have up to plan E. Let me say this. Maybe before I start, winding it down, because I didn't plan to stay that long. It's been a long weekend and I'm still also trying to take as much rest as possible, and I'm going to be back again on the studio tomorrow. In town, Baba Wanshi Prof is the right thing to do within their own understanding of how we should get the self-determination. Does not mean we disagree with them. Does not mean we will not push ahead of what we want to do. I've had people say to me, be patient with the international community, and all that. But the international community does not patient when our people goes into hunger every day. This is meant to be the cheapest phone. Tonosobe. Millions of us at home don't have access to these phones. Tonosobe. These are probably less than 10,000 naira, 7,000 maximum. The lives of the Yorubas have been mortgage, bondage. Don't look at the country. Okay, somebody said maybe 3,000 naira. Okay. 3,000 naira is a lot of money. take a few more calls before 3 o'clock and I'll start winding down.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Yes, sir. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun náà. Ojú agbo gbogbo wa o.
Kò ní gbé ọ̀dà.
Kò ní gbé ọ̀dà lẹ́ o. Mo kí gbogbo wa. Ṣé rí gbogbo takuntakun tá ń ṣe àtàwọn tó wà ní Nàìjíríà nílùú Nàìjíríà wọn yẹn ni o. Àtàwọn tó jẹ́ wọ́n lé wa tá a forí dágbó wá sókè òkun bí. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ oníṣẹ́. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ṣẹ́ mọ́là là ń ṣe. Even àwa tó wà bí. Bóyá ara nǹkan kan ni bí mọ́tò lára ní ta bá sẹ́ǹdì ẹ̀ sílé ọwọ́ wọn náà ló máa bọ́ sí àwọn ló máa gba èrè orí ẹ̀ tá a bá tún ní àṣẹ yẹn pé à ń gbé mọ́tò lọlé àtúkò dọ́là bí pounds ọ̀bọ̀ anything tá a bá kó lọlé ọwọ́ wọn náà la tún máa bọ́ sí àwọn ló tún máa gbèrè orí ẹ̀ ṣáyé wọn la wá ni ayé mọ́là la wá ayé Fúlàní la wá sí ni kí ló dé gan a dẹ̀ ń bẹ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa pé kán jò kan tú àwọn ọmọ wa kan tẹ̀ jẹ́ káwa náà rí mú mí kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ báwọn Fúlàní ṣe fẹ́ràn ara wọn èmi tí mo wà ń bì kí n tó forí lẹ́nu dé Amẹ́ríkà yìí ilẹ̀ Haúsá ni mo wà wọn ò fẹ́ràn àwa Yorùbá dé ní láti bí síbẹ̀ yẹn kò sífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá kankan báyìí nínú wọn ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fẹ́ràn ara wọn èmi ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣàwa èèyàn wa tá a lè padà sílé ká ronú wò wọ́n bá wọn sọ nìkan ní bàbá wọn bá wọn sọ níkọ̀kọ̀ náà ó dàbí pé wọn ò fẹ́ gbọ́ èmi ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn wa ò ní ìmọ̀ tí Tinubu fẹ́ gbà nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí òun nìkan lọ́lọ́run dáyé fún ni kí ló tún fẹ́ láyé ẹ̀ tó tí ì rí anyway kò sí tó ń tán máa dámọ̀ lọ́rùn àfikún Ọlọ́run má dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé tó máa gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn kó béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó forí ṣe fọrùn ṣe NK Abiola ń kọ́lé ní ó forí ṣe fọrùn ṣe fúnlẹ̀ Haúsá bàbá wọn lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn gbà táwa sì wà níbẹ̀ yẹn ewé ni wọ́n sọ́mọ́dì láwọn Haúsá yẹn wọn lájú tán bá rí àwọn èèyàn tó ń bọ̀ bá a máa ju búrẹ́dì fún wọn nínú tírẹ́ẹ̀nì ni ṣùgbọ́n nísìnyí wọ́n ti wọn lójú wọn ti káṣọ lọ fún wa àwọn náà wọ́n ti wá dọba lé wa lórí ẹni ká ja ìjà yìí lájàdélẹ̀ kudos to them àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ gbùsà sẹ́yìn náà àdáìlò ni it's always at the back kò kì í ṣáájú wọ́n máa kábàámọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn ni ẹ máa bẹ́tò lọ́nà á máa fún wa ṣe o ojú òní ti gbogbo wa ẹ ṣé.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ màmá wa tí wọ́n pè tán hello caller from Canada. Ẹ ti wọlé ẹ bá build background.
Ẹ kálẹ́ o.
Ẹ kálẹ́ mọ́.
Ẹlẹ́ ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta o.
Àwa ni ẹ.
Gbogbo ìgbà ni mo máa ń enjoy yín o. Ẹ ṣé ẹ kú wàhálà wa o. Nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ní pé nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Gani Adams yẹn tó ń mú kẹjọ ẹ bá wa try lórí wọn. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún yín ṣe á fún gbogbo yín ṣe á fún Sunday Igboho ṣe á fún gbogbo àti bàbá wa Bánjí Ọlọ́run á fún gbogbo yín ṣe.
Àmín.
Ẹ o ìyẹn ni mo ní kí n sọ o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run mo wá fẹ́ kí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa kàn jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa múra sí iṣẹ́ Èkó iṣẹ́ Lagos yẹn kàn ṣe awareness lọ sí Lagos ó wà important fáwa Yorùbá.
Ọ̀dà no problem.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Ọ̀dà.
Àwa náà dẹ̀ ní jókòó lásán ní Canada o àwa náà à ń tiraka o lágbára Ọlọ́run nípa ti kí náà ń pè eléyìí tẹ̀fẹ̀ ti rédíò yẹn wà important àwa náà àgbàgbé o àránṣẹ́ o lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni ma. All right. Hello, caller. 2:35. Few more calls and then we will bring the show down at exactly 3 o'clock. Yes, we're tired. But if àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àgbàlagbà tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n ti ṣe wàhálà táwa ń ṣe bí a díẹ̀ làwa ò bá máa ṣe àbí ká má tẹ̀sí kankan. So tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé ẹ báyìí ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ṣe sùúrù à ń fi iṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ tó tún bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. ṣé àwọn ọmọ tí a kó sí ìlú òyìnbó àwọn ọmọ yìí ni ṣé àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí kan máa ja ìjà Nàìjíríà àti Yorùbá kí ni káwọn pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà àti Yorùbá they just be living their lives as it is in Europe, in America, in Asia. Èmi fi sọ fún yín nísìn àwọn ọmọ wo nínú àwọn ọmọ tí gbogbo wa bí síta can come and fight for Yoruba at home. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. I want the last generation in our 40s. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà below us gan say they are not interested. Bí àwọn tó yẹ pé bí àyà ti mú tọ́ra yìí sọjá lọ́hùn. But ọmọ tẹ bí sí lóyìnbó tó wà ní age 30, she's not or is not interested in your contraction shit o Nigeria. Kí ló fi máa stress ara ẹ̀ fún ní Nigeria? Irú kí ló lè máa fẹ́ dùn náà ẹ̀ tó fi wá sí Nigeria pẹ̀lú gbogbo wọn jíyàn gbé nísìn. Kí tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ̀ máa wá wọn náà wá ṣe holiday 3 days 2 weeks 1 week. Ṣé pẹ̀lú ilé tí Fúlàní tó ń jíyàn gbé nísìn? So I think about it. Maybe a few more and then I'll end the call at exactly maybe 1:15 or maybe 10 minutes to. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ní time. Ẹ gbóhùn sókè bàbá mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ má bínú.
Ẹjọ́ láti US láti ń sọ̀rọ̀. Láti US láti ń sọ̀rọ̀.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹjọ́ Koiki la fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ òun náà dúdú ta láìsà.
Mo gbọ́ yín o. Orí ètò náà lẹ wà, Koiki náà lẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé mo pa wà live àbí ẹ kàn fi bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn tẹ́lẹ̀ ni? Hello, caller. Give me another few seconds. Hello, caller. I'm not too sure if the caller was aware we are live or not. Hello, caller. Voice in a lot there. About increase a little bit, sir.
Yeah. Getting coming back.
Loud and clear, yeah.
Hello.
I'm going.
Yeah. I fẹ́ já sọ̀rọ̀ ètò yìí náà ni.
Go ahead.
Because lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kọ́nà kó ṣàánú wa. Àwọn tí wọ́n mú nípa ti bàbá Gàmlà ẹ̀rọ James ẹ̀jọ̀ tó bá lè gbà wọn because táwọn pípẹ́ náà bá jáde sí wọn ò ní fẹ́ join kíní máa wò pé wọ́n fi àwọn sílẹ̀ ni. Kọ́nà kó ṣàánú wa. But àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ nípa ti Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Because èmi ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kan tó máa ń ní agbára ju àwọn èèyàn lọ. Àwọn èèyàn ló wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ náà tó ń náà fi ṣe gbogbo ètò ìṣe yẹn. Kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàrùn because àwọn bàbá yẹn wọn ready àti sọ pé wọ́n máa tẹ̀lé wa. Wọn ready rárá. Bọ́lá Tinubu jẹ́ pé ambition tiẹ̀ ló ń bá lọ. Bí gbogbo ìlú bí gbogbo Nàìjíríà máa ṣe wà ní abẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ nígbà yẹn ro kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Kò sí ẹ̀pù tó lè ṣe fún wa kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe fún wa ju pé kí gbogbo ìlú tètè tí wọ́n máa ṣe ìrànkà dìde fún wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ need àti stop kìíní yẹn. Ìwúmọ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ pé Èkó yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ because mo mọ̀ pé Èkó máa tough pẹ̀lú àwọn àjẹ́ àwọn ẹranko ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ló ń pe ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan MC Olúọmọ tó lè dá kọ́rúkọ rẹ̀. Because àwọn ibi tó ń ná owó sí nìyẹn nígbà tẹ́ ń gbé 40 million fún irú oríwo ni MC ṣe wọ́n. Owó tẹ̀ ń kó fún ọ tó fi lọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn tó fi lọ́n pa àwọn tó yẹ pé òun lè jẹ́ kọ́ lè sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹjọ́ tó lọ lọ Èkó yẹn gbogbo.
The time constraint is exactly 2:40 and we only have 20 more minutes. Maybe another 4 more calls and then after this is just about maybe 3 more. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr.
Mr. Koiki, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o.
Àwa ni ẹ.
Ẹ jọ nǹkan tó ń tẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣé ní gbogbo àwọn ohun ìtàn hàn sọ ilé tó wù wọ́n yẹn ẹ jọ ẹ jẹ́ kó máa sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ concentrate lé lórí lọ́rọ̀ ní rédíò yìí. Let this thing be on as soon as possible. Ìyẹn ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí rẹ̀. Gbàgbé gbogbo àwọn ohun ìtàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ọkàn máa múnú bí yín and majority of them àwọn míì wà ní wọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa rán wọn wá ni. So wọ́n fẹ́ máa ba nǹkan jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè a máa kọ́ gbogbo àmọ́ sí. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú yẹn. Ó dàbọ̀ lọ.
Let's see if we can go straight to Dublin. I guess this caller is from Dublin. Okay, let's see. Like I said, in just another few minutes, I have to now say closing remark on the call. Hello, caller.
Hello, sir. Nekale.
Ekaro.
Yes, Ekaro. Ṣùgbọ́n láti Canada. Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ní rédíò talking yẹn ni mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, because Canada ń bí bá iṣẹ́ mi. Lockdown was strong in Liban.
Yeah.
In case the valley send the can't send.
Okay.
So cutting that must send.
No problem.
So yeah, it come. But the first saw on me. Tell back in 1983. Modernity artificial. I want to Jano she was me.
Ben.
Sherry mommy tèmi sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wà lára wọn. Ṣó ti ní lára àwọn tó jà ìjà yẹn. Ibi tó ń dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan yẹn.
Hello. Yeah, I'm going.
Me need láti dárúkọ wọn rárá.
No, that's fine.
Ó kàn ń tàyàn láti àtẹ̀yàn wà. Kò jẹ́ kéèyàn mọ béèyàn ṣe lè fẹ́ rìnrìn àjò yẹn. Lọ́dọ̀ títa ọ̀dọ̀ especially ọ̀dọ̀ títí.
Ọlọ́run kọ́ àwọn ṣe.
Because ọmọ akíkanjú ò gbọ́dọ̀ bí mọ kọ́mọ yẹn wá yọlẹ̀. Ṣọyẹ ẹ̀fọ́ mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run máa fún wa ṣe agbára Ọlọ́run.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Ó sì táwa náà bá dùn.
No problem.
Lawyer in bed. Ìyẹ̀rẹ̀ abóríṣàdé ni mo dẹ́kẹ̀ ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Yes.
2 more after this, and then I'll do my closing remark. 2:43, and then we start winding down. Hello, good morning, caller.
Hello, bàbá mi, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ gan ni, I appreciate yín. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ kó wa délẹ̀ lérí yẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Nǹkan tí èmi fẹ́ sọ ni pé nípa ti àwọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n wà ní tán ti tìmọ́lé sìn látọ̀dọ̀ bàbá Gani Adams. Gbogbo ohun tí Ọlọ́run bá fún yín láti ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́yìn àsọwọ́pọ̀ yín pẹ̀lú bàbá wa Ìgbòho àtàwọn tẹ́ bá mọ̀ pé máa pè ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ kí ẹ tètè bá mi gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lé lórí. Èyí ló máa jẹ́ kán fi mọ̀ wípé ibi tí wọ́n bá ń pè ní ìṣọ̀kan máa dúró títí láéláé ni. Ẹni tí ò bá dẹ̀ ṣe tí ò bá fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó bá ń ṣèṣọ̀kan ó ti di dandan kí ààyè wọn kó máa yọ síta gbangba. So kò dìgbà téèyàn bá sọ̀rọ̀ because tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ náà sọ pé Yorùbá ti dẹyọ kan. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó wà níbi tó wà yẹn tí wọ́n mú sọ̀hún yẹn mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n á ti jáde. Ọlọ́run máa ń lo èèyàn kan fún nǹkan kan náà ni ṣùgbọ́n ibi tí ìfẹ́ bá wà nǹkan bẹ̀ máa ń lọ gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́ ni. So mo bẹ̀ yín lórúkọ Ọlọ́run gbogbo ohun tó Ọlọ́run bá fún yín láti ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè ṣe kíákíá èyí náà fi máa mọ̀ wípé Odùduwà àti rí ìgbà sọ̀rọ̀ mi ti yé yín. Dẹ̀ nípa ti tèkó tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ Ọlọ́run á fún yín ṣe gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ bá lè gbé ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè gbé lórí ti tèkó yẹn fún ti rally. Dẹ̀ nípa ti walking talking yẹn mo máa pè yín lẹ́yìn màá send messages yín so mi àti yín á sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí later kẹ́ take care God bless you ó dàbọ̀.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Àwọn tí wọ́n fún wa ní megaphone. We have been able to give some to some of the other states as well. And we're doing the same thing with the walkie-talkie. So we continue to spread it as we get it as well. This will be my last call. And then I will close it properly. Hello, caller.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, sir.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé lè send mi ní account number ti rédíò yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, sir.
Hold on. We do that.
Hello?
We do that after the broadcast. I'll share it after the broadcast.
Okay, all right.
All right, after the broadcast. I won't take any more calls for today. Emma Binu and Toba till Lanfaniati. We can't go through all the calls as usual, Bishaman, so, and I'll have to turn the phone off. So you won't get through Emma Binu. I didn't even have, the energy to have come out before. But sometimes, as the Spirit said to me, Moka stupid message, Garba, Gabish, Shehu also. A lot of people don't know that the Yoruba is already at war. And the federal government knows that. But they're waiting for who's going to trigger it. Gbogbo tó ń dánwò nílẹ̀ Igbo tó lọ ń ṣe nílẹ̀ Igbo tó bá dán díẹ̀ wò lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, they know what can happen. Àwọn ní kó máa plan gbogbo tó ń plan pẹ̀lú àwọn foreign counterpart wọn. Let them do so. Wọ́n threaten àwọn ọmọ Igbo yẹn gan. Whether it's because of the ESN or whatever it is. One threatening one. And we're monitoring the situation there as well. But what I will say to those of us watching different platforms from different programs, get involved with people close to you in your own local government. If you have people that are dedicated, get close to them. The Yorubas are not joking. The governors will make attempts, just like we saw in Osun State and all that. But go and tell every governor they are not bigger and powerful than the citizen in the state. The respect we are still giving them now is not based on the respect of the Constitution. We are giving them room to reflect back. But if they say that they want to keep one Nigeria, because I want to listen to any of their security operatives working on their behalf inside the state. We are not alone. So that means we will work close with our father, Iba Gani Adams, to see how those 3 individuals will be released. The power belongs to the Creator, Eledumare. But if the state says the power belongs to them, things will change. I know they have their guys, their men, their women, their stooge watching us all the time, especially myself. They are watching. I know that. I know. With kilo tu maso, kilo fiso. But it happens often in a way. Yoruba ma daduro. Bomo ni moto ja. Báyẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ran ọjà. But à ń bá Nàìjíríà jà. So ọmọ ní mọ́tò tó bá sọ pé Nàìjíríà lòun fẹ́ tẹ̀lé, then ó ń bá wa jà nìyẹn. This is a job that none of our children will ever, never, never in 1,000 years embark on. So if you're thinking we are comfortable, whether in Nigeria of today or outside Nigeria, our children will not go and get themselves involved in this kind of struggle. It's a tough one. Emma pity me, a pity millions of Yorubas that have nothing. Because they don't pity me, but boy, no. I have tasted the life for 2 decades. Kò sí nǹkan kan tí bá díjú mi báyìí nísìn, mo lè sọ bí King's Cross ṣe rí, mo lè sọ bí Victoria ṣe rí, mo lè sọ bí Birmingham, mo lè sọ bí M1, M25, mo lè díjú mi nísìn kí n máa wò pé bí wọ́n bá dé Trafalgar Square, tó bá lọ sí Parliament, tó bá yà báyìí, wàá rí McDonald's yẹn tí yọ́ tí bí bá ń pa mí báyìí, tí bá wò pé ṣe mo ní £5, mo wọnú bẹ̀, tí bá lọ tí mo lọ jáde ní Peckham, train yẹn, mo wá wo time train yẹn, you can, I've, all that, I've enjoyed it. For 2 decades. That's 20 years. 20 good years I've enjoyed what they call the best of life, living outside the country. But what about those inside the same country and they've not even tasted what is called life? So why do you have to pity me? It's a comfort zone I've enjoyed. It's the comfort zone I have enjoyed for a very long time. And it's the same comfort zone they not here enjoy that we are now telling those on the ground that we want that to change so that can only enjoy it. So don't pity me. Nígbà tí yàn sọ pé òun ò jẹ Frosties rí láyé òun. Do you know what that means? Frosties, conflicts. Pé òun ò jẹ rí, òun ò fi kan inú rí látijọ́ tó ti bí òun láyé. Ọmọ bí 20-something years. Do you know what that means? That means 20 good years I was eating that same Frosties without even thinking about it. So think about that. Ẹ má fi pé ìfẹ́ tẹ́ ní sẹ́mi ìyẹn lẹ wá fi ń wò. Ẹ wo ìfẹ́ tí àwọn tí ẹ rí tí à ń torí ẹ̀jà. Ẹ má fi emotional aspect of it pé bí Koiki ṣe ń wá bó ṣe ń react. No, àwọn tí ẹ̀yin ò rí yẹn ni kẹ́ máa fi wò. Èmi ti enjoy life. Oh yes. Mo ti ra mọ́tò that is less than 300 pounds. Tí mo ń drive ẹ̀ káàkiri. A 41-year-old man was calling me today. Oh no, mo tẹ̀ tí mo bí life òun ṣe fẹ́ rí. Kò níyàwó kò lọ́mọ. In this shit old country. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Ẹ wá ní pé ẹ feel more pain for me. Why not feel pain for that somebody like that? So let us use everything we have on these. On the peaceful mission to start with. I know that the peaceful mission will not end it. That peaceful mission will change. But let us continue on that leverage. I have seen. I have seen it. I don't have to go to America, the rest of the world. I have been to UK and I've seen the whole world. Where I was not discriminated by going into the Prime Minister's house in number 10 Downing Street. As a Nigerian, I cannot even be given privilege to Abuja House or the Aso Rock as you call it. So what is the essence of that unity that you're calling? There is no hope in the land. It's just as simple as that. The whole system has been set up in a fraudulent way. You see all those commentators. And commentator don't analyze the economy of Nigeria will grow. It's all fraud. The country is already gone. $80 billion in debt. And I thought that there is no hope for our people, and you expect your own children to care about your extended family. They care less about them. You see, problem Taiwan. I'm sure some of you encountered that in your house. Those of my boy send the OC. Why are you sending money home? For who? Kill and send the OC. You all now to start explaining. Your uncle now, Uncle Deji. Uncle Deji. Tens of Uncle Deji fun. Your Uncle Deji ẹ̀gbọ́n ti eni. Kini kan wọ́n pẹ̀lú ọmọ ti ẹ lòun sọ. You are my mother. Why? Kini kan mi pẹ̀lú Uncle Deji. Let Uncle Deji go and meet the government. You want to say, Mama, shall I? No, because the government in Nigeria, we got to send money home to Uncle Day. Oh, madam, I was like, no. So now think about it. When you're no longer here, when you are gone, what happened to those children and the children of your own brother on the ground? Have you ever thought about that? Tẹ́ bá tẹ́ ro tarata ẹ tẹ́ wo àwọn tí family yín ṣé gbogbo family yín ló wà nílùú òyìnbó. It is not a joke. Wọ́n pe rally nílùú òyìnbó. Some of you are not even taking it as serious. Ìgbà yẹn lọ ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́. Mọ̀mísí mi a máa sọ pé iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe yẹn kò ní kúrò níbi tó wà o. Ìwọ ló máa fi iṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀. It doesn't matter. I don't care what kind of job you're doing in UK. Iṣẹ́ ló máa ìwọ ló máa fi iṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀ torí pé iṣẹ́ yẹn ò ní lọ. Àwọn kan tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn kí wọ́n tó débẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń pe rally fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó wá sọ pé jọ̀ọ́ ni wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́. Why not tell them that I am not coming to work today? Come and be pé kíni. I am going for a peaceful rally. Peaceful rally. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? The Yoruba nation. It's not about me. If it's left to me, I have been comfortable from the childhood. Comfortable. Kò ṣe pa fin dẹnu taba pé extradited pé ká pọ́nra wa no kò tẹ́ ṣe yẹn ká tẹ́ sọ pé at least comfortable as far as I was living in UK. Comfortable. Tí kò ṣe pé mo sùn mo jí mo wá sọ pé bí n pa mí. I've done so many programs there where I've been able to show you what is standard kitchen. Standard kitchen. Go to the kitchen. Kitchen. Go to the kitchen, the barest kitchen of any Yoruba household. One ni aniyan no won je frosties ri bi pe mo te gbori. That shocked me. Kí àgbàlagbà kó no won je frosties ri. So if you're expecting our children, your children, TPC lóyìnbó, to come and do what we are doing now, àfi tọ́lọ̀ bá mi sí lára dáadáa ni o. Sọ pé èmi ò ṣe wòlíì o, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣàfà. Bọ̀ ilé ìta gbé dání, a máa parí ẹ̀. No Yoruba nation, no Nigeria. Ilé òun ṣàlì must go. No Yoruba nation, no Nigeria. Ìwọ tó fẹ́ràn Nigeria yìí, ó ní rí ṣe. Ó ní rí ṣe ni mo sọ fún ẹ. A máa hold ìwọ náà to ransom ni. Àfikò ya máa sí nínú Nigeria tí wàhálà yẹn bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Pé wàhálà yẹn ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ fìyẹn sílẹ̀ ìgbà tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo ọ̀tí mọ̀. Pé àwọn kan sọ pé àwọn àní kò ní ṣe ṣe. No Yoruba nation, no Nigeria. Ó peaceful kò peaceful, problem ti gbogbo wa nìyẹn. So peaceful láti jọ ìtẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ṣé ó peaceful tẹ́lẹ̀? Ìbéèrè ni mò ń béèrè o. Tí gbogbo yín wò. ẹni mi silent listener ẹlòmíì lọ ṣí àkáǹtì mi kó lè máa fi wò wá. Your family at home are all in a mess. Bí àwọn kan parọ́ fún yín pé kọ́ máa fi bà yín nínú jẹ́, ìbànújẹ́ gidi ló wà lórí ilẹ̀ yìí, ìbànújẹ́ gidi lójoojúmọ́, ìbànújẹ́, but because wọ́n mọ wàhálà tẹ́yìn náà ṣe nílùú òyìnbó nínú òtútù, so ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ fi jẹ́ kẹrí ìbànújẹ́ yẹn. Ìbànújẹ́ ìyẹn lè máa sọ pé ká níwọ̀n Nàìjíríà, kàkà ká níwọ̀n Nàìjíríà kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kó blow dànù, ká túṣà kí Elédùmarè ṣe ìwà dá gbogbo ẹ̀ padà tó bá wù. How can we allow the North to hold us to ransom? Àwọn lágbá àwọn ló kó wa lẹ́rú ni. Ṣebí Great Britain ló kó wa ní independence. Àwọn ló fún wa ní, àwọn ló colonize wa rather. Àwọn ló fún wa ní independence. I've told you, wàá pa ẹ́ dànù ní Nàìjíríà kí má tẹ̀ mọ́. Ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ ni máa ń sọ pé lórí ẹ̀wọ̀n pé nígbà tí mo wà ń lo òyìnbó, èmi tẹ̀rẹ̀ pé máa ní àwọn lè pààyàn lórí iPhone, wàá pa ẹ́ lórí tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀. You see this phone? A ti pa ẹ́ tọ́kọ́ tó mọ̀ pé tọ́nà sọ́bẹ̀ ló ń gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó lè jagbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó lè ní heart attack. Anything can happen. Kò ń ṣe pé nígbà tó bá géèyàn lọ́bẹ̀ tó yìnbọn fún yàn. Ẹ̀yin orí ni lórí eré tó máa já fóònù ẹgbàá. Múmẹ̀ tó já fóònù ẹgbàá. Ǹjẹ́ ọmọ tó ń ṣẹ́ nìyẹn ni? The country is a messed up country. Messed up completely. And this is the time that we stop it, so that the next generation and us also enjoy it. And it's exactly 3 minutes past. And I say a very good morning and bye for now.